Why don't you? Can you point it out or something?
No, I need like a pointer, dude. I can't. It's
Oh,
hard
you
to
guys
see
can't
what
see
you're
my
saying.
cursor? Oh shit.
No,
okay.
we can't see your cursor. No.
Oh, okay, here. I got you.
Yeah, well, we can hear you cursing.
Has a shadow. Any of these. It's on her lap
Now,
earlier.
you see my cursor?
Yeah. We see it. Okay.
Okay. Oh, now that makes more sense now. Okay, check this out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so are the
All right,
guys
so
wearing
look.
shoes, or does everybody wear socks?
So the guy's hand is
It's a
casting a
pajama
shadow
party?
right here. See? It's casting a
Not
shadow.
really, man.
Right
Yeah,
there.
a little bit. Yeah.
You saw that? Where's the plushie shadow?
Well, the plushie looks like it's way out front.
No, he was just holding it.
The problem here is
He's
that there's
holding
multiple
it.
light sources.
Where is the plushie shadow?
Yeah, it's not there.
It's not
Thank
easy
you.
to see.
Yeah, oh no,
So you think
now it's
that
not easy to see.
Is
Come
it
on,
like
dude.
a vomit
Hang
comet
on,
where
your
the light
position
doesn't
is that
work?
they CGI'd this entire thing.
Sometimes
Yes.
on a vomit comet,
He's
a
about
shadow
to go
because
down
there's
on
no
that
gravity,
microphone, and
you
I
can't have
can't
shadows.
take my eyes off
Did
it.
you guys notice that?
It's also multiple light sources, which really
Now,
distorts the shadows.
how about this? How about this?
My issue with
fact that
Beasticles
they
is
can't-
like we've done this. We've done
They
this like
can't-
one 4 or 5 different times, and you're like
Look at
you're
this.
over on these things.
Really? Okay. So they
This ship
can't
seems like a lot of
superimpose.
fun.
They can't superimpose something, right? Where look, see the background, right? Oh, let's put a plushie in. So you don't think that's possible for them to
They
actually
beam it
put
They
in?
use transporter technology.
Yeah.
What's the point though? Like, okay, so they've superimposed the plushie, and who gives a shit? I don't get the point.
Wow. So now you don't care that they're faking shit.
He's an apologist, dude.
Yeah.
I can't stand it, man. Like
They're
I
faking
can't
shit to
stand it.
educate kids on the truth. Okay.
Like
This
I'm
stuff is
on
just
your
weak.
side so many times, but like when you're just apologizing for obvious garbage, it's hard.
It's so obvious too. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. Lie to me, baby. Lie to me.
It's all fine, baby. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, I don't care.
Snax,
Invite
you're
your,
real low,
your
bro.
friend over while I'm at work.
Is
That's
it a
fine.
crime not to cast shadows, guy? Is that what that is?
What does it matter to my life, bro? What does it even matter if the Earth, like, what does it even matter if they?
What does it even matter if
I
they
hate,
fake?
I hate
Here's the
that
thing.
one. That's like the most
we
low
go-
IQ thing that people say is like, what does it matter to me? It's like, okay, well, it doesn't matter to you, I guess.
Has anybody? I'm guessing somebody's actually like pulled this
It
up
obviously
and
does.
found
They're
the
in the
shadow
server.
and
I know.
shown where the shadow is.
I hear you.
Have you guys, Beasticles? Did you try to debunk this, or did you just like see it and then you guys
Debunk
ran
what,
with
dog? Dude, there's no shadow.
it? Your own claim. You're sure? You're 100% sure? Like if we go find and then somebody else shows where the shadow is, what are you going to say?
Show it.
Okay.
That's not what you're gonna
Did
say.
you try to do that? Did you try to
We're
do that
here
though?
for that. We're here for that. Like, bring it.
Okay.
Yeah, but you guys, did you get any of you guys try to do that yourselves?
That was my own footage. I recorded myself, numbnuts.
Well, no, but I'm saying, did you go try to? Did you really look for the shadow?
Yes.
What are the implications if we find the shadow? Like, if we find the shadow of this plushie, what are the implications? The whole thing's real. That's the globe.
I don't give a fuck. You
No,
guys
it
aren't even
doesn't.
taking
Video
the,
and
you guys
it
aren't even
doesn't.
taking you're not even taking the source material as like straight up. You're saying it's temporal compression.
No, what we're saying.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, it is temporal compression is a thing, right? And it causes
there's
things
a lot
to
of
block in
video
and out of each
artifacts.
other.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
Can that happen with
Yeah,
shadows?
hold on. Prove the temporal compression can make a shadow disappear, just like your moon dust.
Yeah, let's see that. Yeah, prove that you can.
I'm not saying
you can make
I'm
a
not
shadow
making a claim about
disappear.
the shadow and compression.
Well, I'm just saying,
making a
like,
claim about
otherwise,
the
it's
ball.
kind of like
we
your
have a
moon
shadow.
dust. It's like your moon dust. We just, until you can, like, show that temporal compression could make a shadow disappear. Then
No one claimed
we have every
temporal
reason to
compression
believe
made
that
a shadow.
we have every reason to believe that they faked it all.
I bet
So
the shadow.
the
I bet the shadows are 100% consistent.
Well,
have you ever,
fucking
Rick?
prove
Have you
it.
ever
Sounds
seen
like some.
Rick? Have you ever
prove
seen the
it.
one on the moon where they have like there's like the shadows and they're
It's
like,
something about
there's no way
Mary
the
Poppins.
shadows
Yeah,
could be made
talk
like
about
this.
bias, bro. You're
And
not.
it-
You're not
You
biased
guys
at
are just
all.
cutting off. Like, let me finish. There's like a thing where like the shadows can't go like this, and they because of the angles, and then somebody went and looked at it, and it's just normal perspective.
Right. Another
Prove it.
guy said
Prove
something
it.
else. That's all you
So-
said. Another
okay,
guy
so-
said something else. Yeah, I could say a lot.
So, Beast, the thing is, right, like, I don't really care about the plushie, and you don't really care about the plushie. So
Why would you not care about it? It's the
We
zero
care about
G
temporal
indicator.
Consistency of the
temporal
video.
compression, bro.
the reason, answer your question, the reason I don't care about the plushie is because if I go and look at that video and spend the next 3 hours like scouring through it and working out exactly where the shadow
Which
is
I've done.
frame for frame, if I do that and I prove that there is actually a shadow, what is that going to mean? What is that going to change for you?
If nothing,
What
bro,
will be-
I literally did
It will
what you
change
said.
nothing for them, meaning they're the ones that are doing apologetics.
No, I literally did
No,
what
you
you
are.
said.
And I'm saying
neutral.
that I think I'm better at it than you.
Well,
I'm
you'd have to
neutral,
debunk
and I
it.
think you're.
If I
Debunk it
go
first.
do it,
Okay,
yo,
if I
show
go-
your
I would put my
video
money-
then,
I'd put my
bro.
money on
Show
Rick.
your
I'd put my
video
money
of
on
where the
Rick.
shadow is, or
If I go
shut your
do it-
fucking mouth.
if I go do it, what will be the consequence?
Well, we'll have to see when we get there.
Well,
We'll cross
yeah,
that bridge
but
when we get there.
No.
Cross that bridge when we get
None
there.
of that bullshit. None of that bullshit.
Okay,
Then
What I'm
shut
saying-
up. None of your
don't
bullshit.
do it,
then.
but then stay out of the conversation if you don't.
No. That's not how this works. This is a
No, it
conversation.
is literally
No,
how.
Yeah,
don't get
you
to
set the
take
standards,
position.
bro. You said that
You
we're
don't
a
You're
get
the
bunch
to
one
of
that
take
set the
moon dust.
standards.
Either do it or don't do it, and if you don't do it, then keep your mouth shut. If you
Okay,
do it,
have you
then
done
show
it?
us
Have
what
you
you
done it?
got. That's
Have you
it.
done it?
Well, I'm
Have you
just
done
saying,
You haven't done it, so keep your mouth
It's
shut.
your claim, dude.
No. I'm asking a hypothetical. If I go
No,
do this,
yeah, go do it then.
God,
No,
who's
you don't
paying
understand.
you,
I'm
man?
asking
Are
a
you
question.
bitching?
Rick,
This
if
is
you go
crazy.
do it,
Question.
I will look at it wholeheartedly. Okay.
No, I don't want you to look at it. What I'm saying is, what will be the
What the fuck do you
consequence?
want?
What I'm
Yeah, the
asking-
consequence. The
What are you talking
consequence would
about,
be
dude?
we would
Goal,
concede.
dude.
Yeah, we would concede. That would be the consequence.
I would concede that it's a temporal compression issue, and that I should provide better evidence for them faking space.
So
FYI, guys, just to let you know, that shadow does appear in other parts of the video. No, it's just not consistent, and that's where I think the
Okay,
cases
then
picked
show
up.
it. Let's see it. We would love it.
But
I mean,
even if it's
Richard
not
Williams-
okay,
Letting the
the
flat
point is-
earthers
There
know,
we
don't
go.
commit
Thank
to
you,
the
Richie.
notion that it doesn't
Appreciate
show a shadow, because it does in some instances.
Okay, then
It just
show
happens
it
to
or
disappear in
shut
others.
the fuck up, dude. This is why you guys lose in these servers.
Rixie's a flat
Hey,
earther,
Glue,
man.
you don't know
Risky's
who
on
you're
your
talking to,
side,
mate.
dude. Calm down.
no. But listen,
I'm getting worked up. I'm calming down.
I know that the shadow does appear in certain parts, right? But what I'm pointing out, and I knew they were going to say compression, right? I knew that was going to be the answer. What I want is, okay, how does compression make entire shadows disappear?
It
In
doesn't.
fact, no one
Do you
said
not
that.
know? Do you know how
It
temporal compression works?
It doesn't. It doesn't make entire shadows disappear just based on knowing that happens.
Okay, how does temporal compression work?
I don't know, but there's no way that okay, go ahead. Tell me how temporal compression
It's
makes
so
shadows
funny.
disappears. No,
Like,
go
this
ahead.
do that.
this would be
Well,
how-
like, I
I
feel like
don't
this would help you guys
You
debunk.
go.
I'm
Speak to
okay.
temporal
You're
compression.
telling me to go and then talking through me. Let me know when you're done with your thing, and then I'll go.
I'm done. Go.
Okay, if you guys looked into this would help you guys undebunk probably like 80% of the things you guys post. Basically, what happens is when you're encoding an MPEG video, it goes frame by frame, and then it doesn't want to have to like render every single full image every time. So it looks to see if it can track certain objects that are moving and certain objects that aren't moving, and then it will track. They're called P frames, and then in between the P frames are B or I frames, and then basically it will just track the motion of certain objects. So what can happen is if like the contrast is low or whatever, then you'll get a P frame, and then as it goes between the P frame to the next one, it won't track it as a moving object. And so it'll basically blank out. It'll blend into the background. This is what happened with the guy's nose the other day when you guys were like, "Oh my gosh, Anderson Cooper's nose like glitched out."
So should we trust videos or not?
Yeah, we should.
It's an unfalsifiable
Okay.
because
Wait, no, I want should we trust videos or not? Because I could always say temporal compression. Should we trust them or not? Go.
Well, no, like you know what compression artifacts exist. So then when you watch a video, you just say, "Is it
No,
more
no, I
reasonable?"
want Rick,
Why do
the
you
person who
ask for
talked
somebody to
about it.
answer? Why do you ask
No,
for
Oh,
I
somebody
hold
to
on,
want
answer
hold
the
on.
and then
Glue,
cut
glue,
person
off in
glue.
the
who.
middle of it?
Wait, glue, glue. Relax, brother. You gotta let him finish his sentence.
All right.
It's all
Yeah, I
good.
think I'm just gonna bow out.
Okay, that works too.
Yo, so yeah, unless we have the raw footage uncompressed, we can't work with this, right? You guys are always going to run to compression artifacts.
No, if you have uncompressed, like the raw uncompressed video, which you won't, but if you did, then yeah, you're not
Exactly.
gonna have
Yeah,
MPEG
exactly.
artifacts in it.
Exactly. That's my point. So unless we have the raw stock footage, which we can't retrieve right now, we don't have that. This is an unfalsifiable claim.
So how about this? What if I was to show you a raw, unprocessed footage of the photo of the Earth? How about that?
Go ahead, pull it up.
Hang on.
Why
You
would
can't.
you
Before I do,
believe that's what it is?
you can look at it yourself.
But okay, here's the issue though. If I
You're just
show
gonna say,
you live from space, okay, this is supposed to be live from space. That lady that's holding the globe right in her hand, she's from the European Space Agency. If I show you that, right, and then all of a sudden there's a plushie that teleports in frame. Okay, what is that, temporal compression or is that an overlay?
I have no idea what that is.
What do you mean?
I mean, I have no idea what it is. It obviously is some sort of digital effect that has little sparkles around it. I don't think those sparkles are real.
Yeah, but
well,
okay, so
I
if
mean,
that's the case, look, I mean, just check this out. If that's the case, if you don't think it's real, if it's possible to have an overlay
hang on, stop.
where
I don't think the
What's the source of
sparkles.
this?
I don't think the
it,
sparkles are real. I think the plushie in that video is probably real.
okay, well, where is it?
What's the
Where's
source
the
of this video?
plushie?
Let's start with what we said we should always do is check the source material. What's the source material for this
Okay,
footage?
hold on, wait. Where is the plushie then? Where is it?
What's the source material for this footage?
Let's enlist
We
the
agreed.
help of a friend. This is made for kids. Okay, European Space Agency. They hide the plushie digitally and then make it appear.
Which is like trivial to do.
Listen, I've been psychoanalyzing
If it's
you
trivial
the,
to
for the
do,
last 5 minutes, Beast, and I think it comes down to this, man. I think you're a little bit afraid that to see the truth here, that space travel is going to augment your reality, bro.
space travel is going to augment my reality.
Why are you putting it on
It's not gonna
him
drop
and
shadows
his
everywhere.
like emotional status of being afraid? That's like a weird
It's
thing to
whatever.
do.
But
That
I'm
wasn't like pure genius. I just dropped. Fuck.
you almost had it, Snax. Nah, Snax is trying to make it funny.
I was trying to say that's augmented reality, and I'm trying to say you're afraid of admitting that that's the truth of space program.
Oh, that it's all augmented? Yeah. Yeah, I
What's
mean, you
what's
have
the source of this
It
video?
was a
Like,
really
how can
clever
we?
joke. It was like a master. Shit.
What's the source of
Okay.
this video? Based? Like, how can we be
Founded
sure this is not like
Earth Brothers.
that's the source of the video? I hope
I can
that's a
get you
joke.
the actual source. It's still the
Yeah,
same
if you can grab the
footage.
source. If you can
All
grab the
right,
source,
so
that'd be cool.
all right, let's say I
Let's look at the
grab the
source. Let's not
source.
look at. I was supposed to say
Okay,
let's not look at
let's
the one
say
that's been
I'm gonna
compiled for a
pull
weird
you.
TikTok.
I'm gonna do your hypothetical. Let's say I grab the source material and it shows the exact same clip. Then what?
Then I'll agree
What's the
that
consequence of that?
they can fake a plushie in space.
Boom. Okay, deal. I got you. I'm gonna find you the source video right now.
Why wouldn't they be able to fake something? Like,
I mean, we don't
like
get. I mean, it's like a bizarre gotcha. I don't get it.
you
I mean,
know,
they could have faked like that black guy could be just fake, and they
wait,
just
it's
like
your
CGI'd him
disbelief.
in there.
Is your
He has a
disbelief that
shadow.
you don't think they're able to fake it?
Me?
No. I
Yeah.
think I
Question the
definitely
black
think
guy.
they could
Think he-
fake.
you don't
I
think
think
he
they
could
could
do it?
CGI in
Okay.
plushie. I think
Well,
we have that
all right.
advanced.
That's a concession. Okay, perfect. That's a good concession because, like,
Wouldn't a
if
black
you
guy be
don't
hanging
think
out on
it's
top of the cargo
possible,
like that?
that's one
That's
thing.
just the type of thing he would do.
So I'd like to go back to the photo though. Like you guys, if I can get like a raw photo of the Earth,
I don't
would
think
that
there
be?
is one.
There is. I've got one. I'm
You
looking
get
at
a
one
raw
right now.
photo of a space plushie.
Okay,
There's a
then
raw
show
photo
it.
of the Earth.
Capsule.
But what would it, but before I show it, I want to know what implications that would have. If you guys just be like, it's fake, then there's no point.
Right. That's how like everybody feels about everything,
Nobody
showing
says fake,
everything to
guy.
everybody about anything they think.
It's just
Like, we
shadow
can-
casting technology, and we have the ability to make it turn off if we need to. That's all. And I don't see what we're fucking arguing about here.
Me either. But I really want to know, like, if I showed you a raw photo of the Earth that's been completely unedited, just a raw photo, would that be in any way convincing to you guys? Or would you just say it's fake?
Hold on a second. One
you
thing at a
you
time,
know
bro.
the answer, dude. Like, you think it's real, they think it's fake. Right? Like,
Yeah, I mean, we just said that there was like an issue with like processed photos, and because they're compressed and blah blah blah. But this is like a raw photo, like completely unedited.
okay, well
Totally.
then yeah, put it in there with the whatever, the
The
I don't know what
undeniable evidence of the globe or something.
yeah,
Put it
whatever,
in a
like,
category.
you got it from here, like, whatever it is. Yeah, just what you got.
No, if there's no benefit to me showing you, I'm not going to bother.
Okay, then don't do it.
Okay, done.
I don't fucking God.
All right, don't prove the space program, guy. Dude. Fine, you don't have to. They already did. They proved that they can go to the space. They can throw the plushies around. Have a great time doing it. They'll look happy, right? Wouldn't you want to be happy like that, Rick? Up into space? You know what I mean?
What? I want to go to space.
Wouldn't you want to
Space
be
is
an
scary.
astronaut, guy? Look at that shit. It looks amazing.
No, I couldn't be an astronaut.
See, I think the plushie you could fake. The
Limit
part I think that would be hard to fake is having clouds match exactly what we see on Earth as they're
That would
taking off and live streaming. That one would be tough.
I think we
pretty
need to
tough.
make the plushie an icon.
I think America or Russia or China could show 90% of the world whatever they wanted to. Anything they wanted to, and they would back it. That's what I think. I think there's nothing that could be shown to people that they wouldn't be like, "Oh yeah, that's what I fucking thought it would look like." I honestly believe that. I think you guys would eat it up no matter what they showed you. Gas
Okay, but
prices,
think about clouds.
anything
Think
they'd
about
shove it
clouds.
down your throat and you'd eat it up. You'd be like, "Ah, I
I've looked
just
at them
can't
from
wait
both
to get
sides.
more."
Thinking,
Okay, yeah,
it's not
we're
wrong.
we drink from the government tit, but think about this. Like all it takes is one person to be like, that's not where the clouds were. Like they just look at Earth, they see where the picture's being taken from, and they just say, there were no clouds over my head, and this image shows clouds. Like, how did they get the clouds 100% accurate in real time?
You would like. I think you
Well,
would like, no matter what somebody showed you. I think you're the guy in like Galileo's time that was like, that guy's a fucking moron. I don't give a fuck what like the authority tells me, the church told me this, everything told me this. I think you're the guy that's just like believing whatever was given to you. You're that
The old
guy.
you're a Galilean hater. To think he
That's
would
what
have
I think you are, dude.
Why? Why? Because I'm looking like I feel like I've looked at I've posed one scenario that would be extremely difficult to fake and said,
I
why don't we
think
look at that?
in I think in
Like, in fact,
Egyptian
this is an
times
opportunity
you would
for
have been
you
the
to
guy
go.
who like
Hold on. You got to insult me for a second. So now it's my turn to talk. So I posed something. It's not. I didn't pose it as a proof. I just said this could be something that we all look at and would definitely prove that they faked it because we could just show one spot where the clouds don't match, and then we would know that they faked it.
What would the angular size of the cloud have to be able to see it from that distance? A few hundred meters, kilometers, or miles?
Hell yeah, Stefan's here now.
Yeah, just going by clouds, I suppose that they would have to be of a certain size to be able to spot them in such a photo.
Yeah, but I mean, like sometimes it's like there's no clouds over the entirety of a continent or a state or something. It's very clear, right? Where you would just notice that there's a massive discrepancy.
Well, I tend to use one of the Sentinel satellites to see at springtime when the ice, because I'm a kind of an eager hunter for trout up in the mountains, and I use that to see when the ice is melted on the higher lakes. Very often it's cloudy or partially cloudy, and it matches every single time.
Yeah, that's another great thing we could look at.
It's kind of like the observations, the measurements, and the practicality of a horizontal, motionless frame of reference, or flatness, for a lack of a better word, right? That's how it is all the time down here. It's never ever a curved surface, according to the globe specifications.
Yeah, I think if the globe just gave up the boats going over the curve of the Earth, they could get right back in it. You know.
But what I'm wondering, what's the main thing why we can't have images of Earth from space? Is it due to physics that we can't go up there, or
Computer rendering
is it
mostly.
some sort of conspiracy lying to us? What?
Yeah, there should be a million pictures, a million of them, and there aren't.
We probably have
There are.
tens of
The better
thousands, if not
we-
hundreds of thousands of photos.
Oh, okay, really?
Yeah, but the better
Like
GPUs get over time. we're
they
having
aren't
better
sent
pictures on
anywhere
that.
where I'm seeing them.
But
I
that
You
know,
know what
wasn't
I
the
you don't.
see is
question.
why women
You
hate
don't
men.
close your eyes to it.
That's
That
it.
wasn't the
I see
question.
why women hate men. That's it. But like, I don't see any of this bullshit you guys are talking about. Like, it's not
I know you
important to
don't.
anybody.
Completely trust that you don't see it.
Okay, then show it.
But that wasn't
Can
the
you?
question. Why? No, the question was, why is it we can't send satellites up there to take images of the Earth? Is it due to physics?
You
No, we
take
can.
only
It's just
images
we
of
have.
sections of the Earth. You don't take images of
Hold on.
the
We have
whole Earth.
alternative. Hold on one second. We can do that. We just think of it as though there's alternative means by which they're getting them, i.e., like high altitude balloons with drones attached to them. Maybe like that makes sense.
No, but that was not the question. That's still the question. Is it due to physics? Some sort of physics that makes it impossible to send rockets and satellites into space?
We can do that with physics, right? But the globe physics are nonsensical physics. It's like magical physics that are only found in the TV or drawings or man's imagination. The globe physics are
No,
never found in reality.
Globe
That's cool.
physics
So
are
I just
found in
posted.
the TV. I
no,
agree with
bullshit.
that.
I
I
just
agree with
posted
that
four
part.
photos.
Yeah, because
Just
we can
for-
find spheres on there, or I mean balls here, right? In reality, and the ball physics in reality are not the globe physics that you guys prescribe.
What? So
That's cool. So I just
That ball is a
posted.
magic ball.
Hang on one
no,
second.
so
I just posted
physics
4 photos.
physics of a ball on the surface of the Earth. So physics is different on Earth compared to, let's say, high altitude or in space.
You gotta
So I
make a
just posted 4
separation
photos
between the
of the Earth,
fantasy
taken
claim that you guys make, and
the single.
a separation between the devices that we can send very high up, and let's say the physics of the high altitude balloons, maybe quantum levitation, tethering that can be done electromagnetic with
Well,
electromagnetics,
hold
right?
on.
Tethering.
Before you get
And
into
that
this,
stuff, that real quick, that stuff
so
that can be demonstrated
just
in
real quick.
reality is one thing, but the fantasy physics that you guys talk about, that's nowhere to be found.
A rocket
Like,
doesn't work because it's fantasy physics. I find that
can I ask
strange.
you a question? Check it out. Do you think that a rocket goes so far up and then it no longer needs like it's just it all of a sudden it just goes into space and loses like gravitational pull, like it doesn't need like fuel to keep up there? Like that's what you think,
No,
right?
no, that's not how it works.
You don't think that you escape the gravitational pull of the Earth?
No,
No,
you don't.
no.
So you're always using your rockets. You never reach a point of like where you're in space just floating on the trajectory.
Correct.
Oh,
I
you're
swear,
thinking
I say this all
something
the time, but
different.
you guys should there's an app called Spaceflight Simulator. It's free. You download it, and if you just spent like an hour, you don't have to become a Glober, but if you just play it for an hour, then all these things will make sense when you
Well, no, I
ask them.
think the whole idea is fucking retarded. To be honest with you, just like I mean, I understand the premise, and
I know you do.
yeah, like I'm telling you that like your idea
But
of this
why?
is that you're getting shot off, and like at some point you can float in space, right?
No,
Like you're gonna
you
have a
just asked the question, and I
trajectory, and
said
you're
no,
not gonna.
that's not
Well,
what
you're not gonna be
happens.
bound by. You're gonna be either attempting to enter into another orbit of a planet, right? But at some point, you're shooting yourself in space and just floating off, right?
If you have unlimited fuel, you could escape. You could escape Earth's gravity, but it's far beyond the moon.
Right. So
Who
that's why
has
it's like silly.
unlimited
That's why it
fuel,
seems
dude?
silly to us that you would put something up there and just be, and then your other excuse is that you're just going to be falling around the earth.
But
That's not an
You're
excuse. That's just
like
what
more?
happens.
those ideas are fucking wild, man. Like
I
they're
know,
Yeah,
but
way
what's
more
wild is
wild
like the
than having. I'm
ISS
just saying,
goes
hold on. They're way
around.
more wild than having a
Hold on.
balloon.
I know it sounds wild, but the ISS it does go around the Earth every 90 minutes, and every time anybody says they can go on the ISS tracker website, look up in the sky. That thing it does, it's in one state, and then 30 minutes later, it's gonna be 3 states over. It's wild,
Right, but
but
you're
you can
just
see
like
it with your
accepting
own two
that
peepers.
that's fine.
but
Like you're
hang on.
just
You
accepting that.
said it's a wild. Why? Why is it wild? You know how the globe model, or at least the trajectories that are explained,
Let me ask
that
you a question.
that you're moving in one direction, but at the same time you're
I get
falling
it. I get it.
downwards towards the earth.
I
Yes.
I want to ask you a question I asked the gentleman previously. Do you think the moon landing is one of the most amazing
Oh
event
god,
like
is he going?
things achievements of mankind?
Yeah, for the in the 60s, yes, I think so.
So you guys just still think it's like, well, it's not that big of a deal, right?
Did you even listen to
Right.
his answer?
Like
Like, why do you
what
ask
else?
questions
What
that
was
That's
the
seem
just
completely
fucking
second?
laughable to me. That's
What
so
was the
why?
laughable.
second
But why did you
biggest
ask this question?
accomplishment in the '60s? What was
Stefan
the
gave the wrong
second
answer
biggest one?
too.
But he literally said yes in the '60s. I think it was. Like, why did that was his answer? Yes, it was the biggest accomplishment in the '60s that we ever had. Why
It's
did
the
he ask the
greatest
question?
achievement of mankind, dude.
He
All right,
said that.
Medicine.
He literally
I,
said that. He
I
said
would
yes,
say
in the '60s it was the
No,
greatest
ever,
achievement we've
dude.
ever
I'm
had.
saying
all right,
that.
guys,
If
guys,
Said
that
that.
pause.
happened.
I found it. Rick,
the greatest
are you
thing
gonna
for
be
humanity is medicine. I think.
Stefan? I don't think you were here for this, but Rick, time to put your money where your mouth is.
I have
Found
no
the
idea what you're talking
OG
about.
video. What do you
Okay,
think I've been
cool.
doing in the
No,
background? Yeah.
fuck if I know.
Yeah,
Can you
baby.
post? Can you post it
Use
in chat so we can all do it on our own computer? So I'm not
Watch
looking at it on my
screen.
tiny screen.
Sure. That's fine. All right, here
The
we
hot
go.
chick, dude. Yo, I want her
Hang on.
number.
Did you post it in the chat?
Yep.
Oh, I remember this one.
I don't know why I like him with the short hair. That says anything.
Oh,
There
I've
you
got an
go.
answer for you.
That is not edited. It's actually what they did. So,
Entertainment for children and I guess adults.
all right, Rick. So now you can say that it's totally possible that they could fake a plushie in space. They could fake it, right? They can have a 0G indicator, aka the plushie, and it could be totally rendered in there.
While you were looking hard, we all conceded that readily. They definitely could CGI a plushie in. They didn't CGI the one in that you're talking about, but they could do it if they wanted to.
What the heck?
And this plushie that she's holding isn't CGI. It's an actual plushie.
Okay, so where is it?
It's in her hand.
No, where is it right now before it appears?
Have you ever done like a teleconferencing call where you can like replace your background with something else?
Oh, okay. So you're making our point.
Yeah, they could make it fade in with
We all
CGI.
agreed
Yep.
to it.
Thank you. All right, that's all I
We
wanted.
were. Wow.
Or like that thing,
Okay.
like where like you're
That's
doing like
incredible.
a conference call with your company or something like that. Like just like, let me change the background to look. It looks like the moon. It'd be hilarious.
Yeah, it's like the guy that was a cat.
That's
and
crazy. I did all that work
couldn't
just to get
change
that
it.
concession, and they're like, "Oh, we already conceded that." No, you fucking didn't.
Go
Yeah,
back
we
and
did.
look at the replay.
Bunch
Go
of
He literally
play
liars.
back the tape. Play back
Play
the
back the
tape.
tape.
You'll find
Look,
we
Beast,
said
if
that.
you
Actually, go
think
check it.
about it, when we get the 6090s rolling in, a whole new level of technology.
Yeah, you're just excited, Snax. You're excited for that augmented reality. I'm not excited for
Like
that. Imagine being catfished by augmented reality, bro. Come on.
Hey, just wanted to point out something that was said before, that we don't have any single like photos of the whole Earth in one photo. I just a second ago I posted like 4 of them from the 16th of April in the chat. So we absolutely do have photos of the single Earth in a single photo. Heaps, like hundreds of them, hundreds and hundreds, maybe even thousands. In fact, definitely
Okay,
thousands.
now, sure. Now try analyzing them, or not.
For what? What would you like to analyze them for?
Authenticity. How about that?
Okay. They look. What do you want me to do? They look real. Like, I don't see the problem.
Research it then. If you don't know, if you don't have a clue in 2026 how to try to authenticate photos, do a little bit of research.
It's so funny because we've actually had this conversation before, Eden, and I actually showed you the raw photo, and you said that you were going to go away and you were going to analyze it. You never provided that analysis. This was years ago, and you still haven't provided that analysis.
Okay, now you do the same. Take your photos and analyze it rather than talk about it, unless you've already done that.
I have. Next.
Okay. How did you walk us through your analysis? Because
No,
just a moment
I'm not
ago
here to
you were
teach
acting dumb.
I'm not here to teach you how to analyze it.
Oh, there we go. Everyone, you see that?
You said you were going to analyze it.
You
Eden,
see
and you
how we
didn't
had
do
a
it.
flip flop here. He
Hang
was
on.
wondering how he could analyze give it a good look over, but
I'm
then
asking
he
you what
flip
you would
flopped a
expect.
moment, like less than a minute later. Oh, I've done it. And then when we ask him for details, oh, I'm not going to do it.
I didn't say I'm not going to do it. I said I'm not going to tell you.
Well, you
Yeah, that's not what he said at all. Why are you just making up lies? That's
Eden always lies.
fucking
It's like his
crazy.
thing. He just lies and like will never tell the truth. I showed you this
Well,
footage.
but
I
now we're
showed
just
you this
lying
image.
about that.
CoCo
I
is a pure
showed you this
element.
image, Eden, and you said you were going to go away and analyze it. Where is your analysis, or was that a lie?
I
A lie.
feel like
He always
Yeah,
says he's
crickets.
going to watch something or read
I'll look into that
something
and get back to
and
you.
get back to people, and he never does.
Now
It's
we
just
got
some lip
CoCo lying
service,
about
Rick.
reality as well.
That's what you're being accused of.
Makes sense.
Just paying,
CoCo's got to lie about reality.
you're trying to waste people's time, Rick. Why?
What are you talking about? Who is even talking to me?
So how, Eden, what method would you use to authenticate the images?
Yeah. Hi, Stefan. Well, what you could do is probably you can go to some experts and find out what they would do, and then you could try to replicate that as well. Or
If
if
there's a
you don't want to
moderator in
do
the
that,
room, we have
perhaps just
Kevin Samuel with a
open it
hot
up
mic.
in some programs and just
What programs?
maybe a graphic software, and then see what you can do to try to authenticate the photo.
What about the data? Like
That's so
several images taken by the Nikon from Artemis 2, you have all the data which was collected by the camera itself. Is that one way of authenticating it?
I'm sure there's multiple ways, Stefan. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I think what we need, you'd have to make sure the
someone else
yeah,
to do what they did. Incredible.
suppose you would need to figure out what the source is, what data is in there, if it's a raw image, proper forensic photo analysis, so on and so forth.
I think a good start would be to learn how cameras work, what like exposure, ISO, aperture, all that stuff would help a lot.
Settle
Yeah,
down.
and the filters, maybe the filters used are RGB thing.
But you'd have to actually just look at the photos. You can't avoid looking at them.
Yeah, you can. Watch. Eden will avoid looking at them. He does it all the time. It's his speciality, bro.
Well, I mean, if you wanted to authenticate them, you're going to have to look at them at some point.
Yeah. To be clear, though, he has no interest in authenticating them, though, does he?
Yeah, we all know.
Sure. Now we have Globers lying about other people, and yeah. I guess Globers literally have to believe lies and then just lie to themselves, right? To cope, and then lie about others online.
So
It's a
Eden,
perfect
where is
cycle
your
of
we were
deception
told.
that Globers are living.
where
The
is the
Globers
How
are
is
analysis?
it
lying
a
about
lie?
reality. They're
That's
doing.
literally what you do in chat
There we go. More
all
lying
the
from
time.
CoCo.
All the
CoCo wants to
time.
jump in
You
when she wants to
tell
lie.
people.
It seems like nothing else.
All the
When she doesn't have
time
anything
you
truthful to
tell
say, just
people
she'll
that
jump in and
you
start
are
lying about
going to
people.
read something or listen to something or watch something and get back
Keep
to them.
exaggerating and
And
lying,
you
CoCo.
never get
Eden, you
back
do it all
to
the time, man.
anybody. This
Who
is
is this crazy
proven,
lady?
And
Eden.
then
I don't know.
Ricky, remember,
all
I don't
know
even know
this.
who
weren't
she's
you the
accusing
one
of doing
wishing
this,
death
but
on people?
And
get it together.
And then you
how
ran
come
away for a little while because you
you
realized
keep
how bad that
talking
was, and
over
then
me,
now you're
Eden?
reappearing. Rick,
Eden,
were you
Eden,
that
aren't
angry
you
that you had to
supposed
do
to be
that, and then
nice
He
to
you ran
started
away?
women?
talking. He started talking, and you interrupted.
No, I was talking and he kept talking over me.
You keep doing it and keep doing it like a crazy lady.
Yeah.
No, that would be
Yes, that's what I'm
Eden
saying.
is the
You're acting like
crazy
a crazy
Thank
lady.
you,
lady. That's what you're
Gemsy.
doing.
Because
Yeah,
now
chill,
it's
Thank you,
Rick.
you
Gemsy.
Get ready
talking
for some
over
model
me.
behavior.
Like, what is this
Sounds
that
like
it's just
Wait, Eden, you said
okay
some
for
thank you
you
for
brain
guys
moves or
to
insulting her?
talk
something.
over me? I don't think this is how
We're
it's
about to
supposed
get
to
into
go,
some
that
meta
you should be
bullshit
able
right
to
here
just
now,
talk
CoCo.
over me.
But that's what she's doing.
We're about
You
to get into some
this,
meta
you
bullshit right
that,
here.
instead of addressing
You're
the argument.
derailing this fucking conversation
Well, that's
because
kind of what Eden was doing. I felt like he was like,
Yep.
Globers are lie. Globers have
So
to
yeah, let's do
lie
it.
or
Let's
something
do
like
it.
that.
Globers can. It's not like they're liars. They just can only perceive the perception or the belief of that the Earth is this fantasy thing, and they cannot go beyond that. It's like a computer that cannot process the next program, right? The next upgrade. So they're stuck. They cannot do better than that. Basically,
Yeah,
Okay.
we're stuck. We're
they're
stuck on the
designed.
shape that
The
we
Globers
figured
are
out.
designed to be stuck at the
Oh, let
fantasy
me know when you're
level.
done.
They cannot behave any better.
Well, I was gonna say is we're stuck on what we've discovered 2,500 years ago.
Discovered? You discovered that 25 years ago? That was
No,
never
like
discovered. That
Greek
was made up.
people that like pooped in holes. They figured out what shape the Earth was.
That's you believing that again, because you cannot go beyond that point. It's like you think you made it to the end, to the finish line, and you haven't even made it to the race yet.
Gemsy, what's your burden for belief? Like, what would make you believe in something? For example, have you been to Australia?
So Globers cannot
No,
pass
Gemsy. I asked you a question. Have you been to Australia?
idea that the farce and the scam that has been pushed, they have to promote it, right? It's
Okay.
like
Probably
you're not the
because of the
scammer,
lack
you're just
of
a scam
research.
promoter.
Okay,
It's
this is just
probably because of the
grandstanding.
lack
Let's
of
get back
research,
to the
similar to
evidence.
when they
Can
believed
we
in
all
Santa
agree to
Claus
not
Or
because of
the
the
lack
lack
of
grandstand
of
evidence of the
information.
globe, the lack of it, right?
They held on
No,
to it. Yeah.
Gemsy, have you been to Australia?
Okay.
So
Yes or no? Have you been to Australia?
what was the
It
other
should be a hard
thing?
question.
The guy
Gemsy,
claiming that they
Gemsy.
discovered 3,000 years ago, whatever,
He's like unable to have a
75,000 years ago.
conversation.
He's like, can someone
No,
just mute him?
I'm
Like,
addressing what you said. That
can you
discovered,
not?
right? They
Yes or no?
discovered. They
Have
haven't
you been to
discovered.
Australia?
It wasn't discovered. It was
Gemsy,
made up, written on books. They didn't
Gemsy,
discover that.
have you been to Australia?
Okay, just
You
answer.
just
You don't need to ignore my
said
question.
that was the
Answer Rick's
case. That
question.
was the
Just
case.
ignore mine. Answer
So
Rick's.
what happened to the guys that discovered? How did they discover it back then? Discovered?
Gemsy, have you been to Australia?
That wasn't a discovery. You have to find something in the physical and natural world and say, "Hey, I discovered this," but that didn't happen with the globe.
Gemsy, have you been to Australia?
Who discovered? Who discovered it? Who discovered the globe? The Greek discovered it?
Can someone mute Gemsy because he's literally just
Can
like
someone mute this guy that is
talking
interrupting?
all by himself with
Can someone mute
nobody
that
else in
guy?
the conversation.
Just mute the
We were having
the
a
guy
pretty
that
good
hasn't been to
conversation.
Australia.
All right,
We're
I'll
having
mute
a
him.
pretty decent
Yeah,
conversation.
we're
You can't
having a
jump
pretty
in.
good conversation.
No, we're not.
You guys are crying about it. It sounds like a you problem.
You're just talking, Gemsy. You're not even talking to anybody. No one's even listening, man.
I was talking to the guy said that the globe was discovered by some guy pooping in holes. Even those Japanese poop in holes these days. I mean, what's the big deal about that?
Yeah, Japanese figured it out too.
Yeah.
Pretty much everybody did, I guess.
Gemsy, I guess it's
Everybody?
more accurate. They just read it on Wiki and believe it.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Do you,
it's a
we're big
do you think we
spell
could?
that has been
for
cast.
sure.
I might be the worst flat earther, but I'm the best.
Do you
worst
think we could
got.
do the same type of measurements today as they did?
No, their measurements supersede today's measurements because they have better things that are better than lasers and infrared.
No.
And
I was
all
talking
of those.
about
The
type of
sticks.
Eratosthenes measurements.
Yeah. They had better sticks, maybe. I don't know.
What, the calculation thingy?
No, just doing the measurements, just
The
set up
measurements of what? Of shadows?
Yes.
of shadows. Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's
Like
not
if you
the
take the
Earth. That's
shadow of
not
a
the
wooden
Earth.
shoe, right? It's always going to be consistent.
That's
Can
not
the
measuring the
sh-
Earth.
can,
The
can the
shadows do
shadows
fall on the
tell us
earth.
something about geometry?
Shadows. And what?
Can the length of
If you calculate a
can the
circle, you
length?
think that's if you calculate a
No,
circle or the a section of a circle, you think that's a sphere?
you think that's how it's used for geometry? A
I
circle?
mean, they didn't show, with that calculation. He didn't prove any curvature. He pre-assumed and came to a conclusion about a circle, not a sphere.
That's just not
So
true.
you think that it was
Circumference.
just circular right there in Greece, but not everywhere else, or what?
He calculated the circumference of a circle. He didn't calculate any curvature. What are you talking about?
What?
Oh man, this is so incredible.
What?
Oh my
He's a
god!
circle. This guy's a
What?
circle earther.
He calculated. He pre-assumed the globe, right? And he calculated the section of a circle and said this circle is happening
What?
around a globe.
But he did measure. He did find some
He
curve
didn't
there,
measure
right?
any curvature. He didn't measure. He never measured any curvature. He never did that.
Yes.
He calculated the curvature between Syene and Alexandria. That's what he did.
A section of a circle, and then he said
Yes.
this
You know,
circle is around a
today you have
sphere.
like
So it's just like a
and
circular
today
one
you
spot
have
flat
like the
everywhere else.
ESA's youth Eratosthenes program, where there's up to 140 schools worldwide who do these measurements together every year,
Yeah,
and the
just
data is
like you guys.
collected.
Some people keep pushing the scam,
Are
even
we
No,
even though
saying?
they know.
this is just measurements being
Like you
done.
guys. You
Some
guys
people
are
lead with
scam
tone.
pushers.
You
I
know, some
gotta
people are
ask a
tonal speakers, and
question,
they're trying to speak
please.
through right now,
Are
trying to cut through other people.
Oh,
Go
no,
ahead, tonal
please don't.
speaker.
Don't ask a question. Please don't.
are
He won't
we
answer the
really
question.
saying that a circle doesn't have curves? Is that what I'm hearing?
Is that's what you heard, right? That's what you heard. Maybe but you lack the comprehension of
I
what
heard
I
that
was trying
too.
to say. Yeah.
That's
So
Yeah,
exactly, that's what you heard. What I
I have
said is that
comprehension
he.
issues sometimes, so that's why I'm
Okay,
asking
okay,
you. Are
perfect.
you
So
saying that a circle does not have a curve? What?
okay,
Take
A
time
his
down,
circle
Gemsy.
has only
conclusion.
Coco. A
Pitching,
circle
like
only has a curve
detune yourself.
towards you,
Right.
not up or
Because
down.
it's so wild how you fucking
What?
keep
Okay,
talking.
okay.
Crazy.
Listen. He pre-assumed that this circle that he calculated was happening around a sphere, but the circle that he calculated can be happening above a flat surface or a horizontal frame of reference. Is that difficult to comprehend?
That
Can
makes
you
no
can you
sense.
explain that like as
No,
if you were riding a
no
sedan?
sense whatsoever, dude.
Maybe that would
None.
help. Like to match
Circles
tones.
don't make sense on a flat surface. Okay.
But so you think he calculated a circle on a flat surface based on the
No.
measurements?
He
Yeah,
pre-assumed
it
that he
makes
was on a
complete
sphere.
fucking sense. Jamesy,
And
get
then
him,
it
bro.
didn't have any
He's
curves.
just
Yeah,
like
Look
everybody
at this
tries to
crazy
It
understand
makes
it.
no
lady
sense.
just laughing
Jamesy,
at
I'm
them. Like,
loving
just
you
mute
right now.
yourself.
I love how
Yeah.
you deal with this.
Ecstatic with laughter.
it's so funny that you guys think that
I
this is
think
actually like
Yeah, she's hilarious. She's
sensible.
actually pretty funny, acting up like that, just because she doesn't get circles above a surface.
well, I don't use
I
goggles.
don't care if the circle
Oh,
is
she doesn't care, so
above the
just mute her. She
surface
doesn't care.
or
Just mute
under the
yourself.
surface or
If you don't
through the
care, just
surface.
mute yourself.
A circle is nothing but curve.
Nothing but.
Nothing but.
Hey, Coco,
Yeah,
how do they derive the circle? Where does the circle come from? Do you know?
What about let's
Hold
let's list
on.
off
Let's
all
deal
the
with this
famous
real quick.
flat Earth
Hold on, real quick, because we were talking about me and Coco were
astronomers, all the
talking
flat
earlier
Earth
about
scientists
Come on,
Polaris.
through all of
Pinky.
time.
Yeah, real quick.
Hold it
Yo,
real
Coco,
quick.
how do they? Where do they get the circle from? Do you know?
You would have to explain to me what you mean by where did they
you
get
wouldn't
the
get it if
circle
if
Are you
he
from?
talking about
explained
the
it to
circle
you.
up in the sky, Issa?
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
talking
the
about.
one
Remember,
above the
remember,
ground.
remember. Hold on. Check it out. Remember before we were talking about Polaris and how you could use Polaris to find your latitude.
Well, we're talking
Yeah.
about Eratosthenes right now.
I know, I get it. Like, so, like, what do you call it? That same concept. That's where that sphericity comes from. Is from that the angular change in the stars above us. So that's where the circle comes from. They're
Well, you just said
presuming.
sphere. Is it a sphere or is it a circle?
Well, he used a circle because it was evidence of sphericity if you're going to make a complete, like, 360-degree outlay of the idea. But, like, the idea is that you're like that circle or that sphericity comes from the sky. That's why what Gemsy said made complete sense. I was just trying to get you to,
But it's like a half sphere, right?
Bro.
Not a full sphere.
Well, I'll let
Oh my
Gemsy
god.
take over.
Okay, so
Let's just
Gemsy, it's a
check that out.
sphere, not a circle.
So even Matthew has been here many times, and this question was asked for him, and he was honest, not like you guys. He said that Eratosthenes didn't calculate the curvature of the Earth. He calculated the circumference. That it doesn't necessarily has to be based on a sphere. It could be a circle above a flat surface. So the
He is one of
conclusion
the
is inconclusive.
yeah.
How,
He is one of
how
the
Circle
would
more honest
above.
believers.
Give
hang
us
on.
the.
Can I
Hold on,
ask
hold
a
on. You
question
might
there?
be right. You might be right. You might be right.
I might be right.
The
I was wrong
geometry.
before, but I might be right now. Oh
Give
my
us
goodness.
the
What a miracle.
geometry. Give us the geometry for the circle above the flat Earth.
We're talking about Aristotle's, what he did, right? So his conclusion was inconclusive.
That wasn't what the question was, though, was it?
Well, there you
No,
go. That's the
it
answer.
wasn't.
how
And
do
she's
you
still
go from
That's a
laughing.
great. I love
She's
this.
still
can I
That was
ask
a
you a
laughing
good
at
question?
her
geometry.
own
Thank you.
joke.
Appreciate it.
You
Oh
can
my
ask a
gosh.
question and you just don't answer it, and then you're like,
I
"Well,
think it's
that's the
just like
answer."
a giggle syndrome that she has, like a giggling
So,
syndrome.
so Eratosthenes had sort of vertical angles. How did he use those vertical angles to calculate a horizontal circle? Can you explain that to us?
Hey, go. You're the expert on the Greek, so you go ahead and do it. You're the expert.
Well, why do I need Greek? All you need is geometry. Show how you calculate the difference of vertical angles and make that into
I'm
a
just telling you. I'm just
horizontal
telling you
circle.
that his conclusion or your claims of his conclusion, right? Because you probably, I mean, don't even know what the whole thing was about. Because it's obviously as you are describing it, you don't know that his conclusion was inconclusive, and you not getting it. I mean, it just shows. You have no idea. You cannot like upgrade your software.
Yeah,
You
you
just
guys are
stuck.
basically arguing with like 40 years
His
worth of knowledge in
conclusive
here
was
right now, and
inconclusive.
Zamak
That's
hasn't
good.
even unmuted
Very good.
himself.
So in which direction did they do these measurements? The vertical or horizontal?
I love how we asked him to do geometry and he got real quiet.
Didn't I give you the
Yeah,
conclusion
'cause
about
I would have
Aristotle's?
I would have a problem going from Eratosthenes measurements to create a horizontal circle based on those
There you go.
measurements.
Now tell that to the lady so she gets it. Tell it to her so she can hear it from you and she gets
It
it
was
now.
your claim. It was your claim that it
That's
My
can
claim.
be.
that's
If
why we're
you
laughing at you.
you said it
There you
could
go.
be used to make a circle on the surface of the Earth, didn't you?
Well, he didn't even make the circle. He calculated a section of it, right? So
Not
not a
him,
full
you.
circle. Not a full circle, right? Just a section. And he claimed
Yeah, show us the
this
geometry for
circle
that.
is happening around a sphere. That's it.
Circle gets the sphere. All right,
And
moving on to the next
and
question.
this part of the circle, was that like in a vertical direction or a horizontal direction?
If is happening on a horizontal frame of reference, is horizontal.
No, the angles were vertical. Yes.
If the circle is being drawn on a flat table, on a horizontal table, on a flat floor, on a on a I don't know around a pool that is level horizontal. You're doing the circle around the pool. The circle is horizontal. If you do it on a wall of the house, if you do it on a TV screen on the wall, that's vertical, right?
Right. So now you're
So
deep
I
into
don't know if
boogie
you
woogie
really
here.
understand it. So if you have two sticks in the ground which deviate from one another, they are not parallel. and you measure the angles, the different angles. How do you go from there to make it a horizontal circle?
Go ahead and tell me. Go ahead.
I can't. I don't know how to do it. I don't think it. I don't
Alright,
think
so
it
what
can
are
be
you
done
asking?
because you
Alright, so
made
if
the
it can
claim.
be done, if it
Didn't
can be
you?
done,
Hang
it
on,
can
hang
be
on.
done.
Didn't
It's
you
all
make a
good.
claim that Eratosthenes it could be just a circle on the surface of the Earth,
A
like
section of a circle. He didn't measure the circle. He made a claim about the circle.
yeah.
About he made a claim about a section of the circle, and then he said that he completed the circle based on calculations. The
Yeah, and
circumference of it.
which direction did this part of the circle have? Is it in the vertical direction? Like the circles was going above his head and it was dropping.
Yeah,
It was
that's why the
horizontal.
sphere. Hold on. That's why the sphere exists, because they were saying that it went in each like 360 degrees around you. You had a vertical line of curvature, right? And that's what
Yeah,
they presumed, which
he
gave them.
calculate. Yeah, he
Which,
calculated a curve from between Siena and Alexandria.
right, so he mapped the stars to the Earth and continued the calculations. That's what I think
No,
you're
he
getting
didn't
lost.
use the stars. He didn't use the stars. He used the sun.
Well, it's a star, right? But yeah, but like, yeah, it's like, do you know about like corpuscular and anti-corpuscular rays? It's kind of like that, like in a way. It makes me think of that. All I'm saying is like
No,
I
it's
think you
not.
were looking for was the vertical measurement. But yeah, do you know about corpuscular and anti-corpuscular rays?
Yeah, but I don't. He didn't use any
I know he didn't, but I'm just saying, like
Yeah,
in as far as the discussion goes, I'm just saying like that line of sphericity comes from that vertical, and I'm just saying that like what Gemsy's saying is that he only had a portion of that sky to work with, and his calculations were derived off of what would be like a circle in 360 degrees, in any direction, right?
yeah, because he had the approximate distance between Alexandria and Siena, and he had the angles.
Right. But that angle is it's just what's in the sky. And I mean, it's an awesome observation, right? I'm just saying it's a measurement of the sky. It doesn't necessitate the globe, but it was presumed to be a globe, which, for better or worse, that's just what they did, right?
Yeah, the geometry based on the measurements ends up with part of a sphere.
Right. But like, the idea just on its face, all we're saying is that like it still is a presumption that sphericity continues, and that's all that I think Gemsy or Flat Earth is really trying to point out. It's just that you're dealing with a limited scope and a presumption based off of your measurements.
Yeah,
I mean, it doesn't mean it's wrong. It doesn't, I mean, not even that. It's just the idea that like it doesn't necessitate a globe Earth either. Like, I
that's
mean,
why I refer to like the ESA's youth Eratosthenes, where they have like between 140 and 50 schools worldwide doing these measurements every year. Then you cover a
right.
hell of a lot. Then
But that
you cover a lot of the surface of the Earth.
right, and you still well, I mean, yeah, fair enough. But I'm just saying, like it's like Aristophanes found was that it was inconclusive. Do you know what I mean?
What, how was it inconclusive?
Well, I just think like uh, it's like Gemsy mentioned earlier, like the it's inconclusive because it lacks because it draws into like a presupposition, so it's inconclusive. And I think like
Yeah, a
You can set up
presupposition
you can have
like
different
a hypothesis.
presuppositions and it will change your conclusion.
You mean presupposition like a hypothesis?
yeah, well, it's
Just make sure
hard.
you're
No.
connected.
I mean,
Yeah,
this is
just
why, like,
another
we
data.
can appreciate the globe. I think, though, is like the idea that but it is recognizably and built off of the stars, which makes it questionable in relation to the Earth. If that makes
Only the
any,
star? Well,
It's
it's not
not built
only
off the
the stars.
stars. That's
Oh,
just something
It is
Gemsy
built off
started
of
saying.
stars. The celestial sphere is what gives the globe its like any validity.
No, it's not.
that's only one
Can you
part of it.
explain how that came to be? Issa? Because from my understanding, the people who mapped the stars, they went across the world and took GPs, and then culminated that for the globe. But what were your thoughts? How did that come to be?
Well, no, I'm just saying, like the idea that in the south you guys have a pole star, which that pole star is like that's the explanation. That's like the pretty much everyone was flat earthers until fucking probably the pole star idea, because that concept is a beautiful concept of the globe, but it can still be explained. It doesn't again necessitate a globe. It's just a very great point for a globe. But yeah, the
Yeah, you
celestial
need like
sphere.
light bending 180 degrees and people looking opposite directions to see the same star on flat Earth to explain it.
Yeah, you would exactly. So, like, what I mean is that the stars are the vindication of the globe, and it's what it's built off of. Like, it doesn't like I'm just saying that
Nobody,
in
but nobody that mapped the GPS of these stars thought we lived on a flat Earth. They 100% of them knew we lived on a globe.
I don't know about that sometimes.
Find one astronomer that was a flat earther.
Yeah, what about this Chinese Tassanis? What about that? You check that out. That seems interesting.
But doesn't it give you pause that none of the
Multiple
astronomers were
motherfuckers
flat
were like,
earthers?
"Oh man, I'm gonna catch shadows right here and measure stuff at a certain crazy."
Well, I
Thousands
think
of years.
I
You
think
know what I mean?
flat Earth was around though,
Crazy.
man. I think flat. I mean, like some of the cartographers and such. Maybe their schools of thought were teaching the globe. And I really and maybe like the globe. It's like it has a rich tradition. I don't know if all the people necessarily believe that. I don't know if necessarily the cartographers were always correct either. And I think
Well, like,
like
can you
there were,
name one? Can you name a flat Earth cartographer or astronomer?
Well, which one of the Finky?
I don't know.
Which
I'd
one of
have to
them
look.
actually observed the ball while they were mapping? If you can think of that, then you can know that zero of the other things exist and that they're all flat because all maps are.
Yeah, I mean, they knew they were making
Oh,
projections.
they're scribing it to a ball like a little chisel or something. But they draw onto it. Explain
Well,
it.
they knew. I mean, I'm sure if you go back to some point,
How
like
is a motherfucker cartographing a
pre
local area?
like pre BC, you might find some back there, but they knew the cartographers knew that they were making projections.
Right. I just think like
I can find ancient like
You're making
1,000-year-old
projections, son.
sources of people writing about this.
You
yeah.
deal
I
with
think
like
there.
30 years of flat earthing right here, and just me, Gemsy, and Issa. You have no chance.
Like I just think a lot of a lot of maps, a lot of older maps were based off of a flat map. And a flat Earth. I think people's even religious persuasions, like I've talked about before, like Joshua Slocum was a guy who traveled in early 1900s, and he debated flat Earth in South Africa. You know, like I just think
Yeah, that's
flat Earth was
1900s. Like
yeah.
we're talking about all. I'm talking about like people that were sailing the ocean in the 1700s. Like, is there any? Can we point to any of those people that were?
Well,
I mean, I'm
it's
sure there's
like
got to be at least
I feel
one.
like
There's got to
I
be.
feel like you're asking me. It's like asking me like, were there like because there was Hollywood stars, there weren't just regular people in a way. Like, because the people that have come through history, I think, are also celebrated in these particular by these particular institutions. I think
Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair
normal.
point.
I think just normal people, uh, like I know old timers that are flat earthers that I don't know how to use a computer, and they're flat earthers. They're just old timers that happen to be like it's a thing that existed, man, and it's a thing I think still exists, and I just you know,
I raise it in the
there are
context. I raise it in
probably
the context of.
cartographers that were flat earthers, man. You know.
Yeah, I think there's that saying
I'm
you
sure
can
there
fool
were,
some people
but
some of the time, but you can't fool everybody all of the time.
Well, it's not
Go
that
ahead,
so
Pink.
much because
the
it's not a
whole
fool
point of
thing.
why I brought it up was you guys said the people that map the stars did it. The whole idea of the globe comes from mapping of the stars, and
It
I would
does.
say that the people that did that, the people responsible for mapping stars and creating the celestial sphere, I don't think you'll find any of those people that believe that we lived on a flat Earth. In fact,
What
I
about the
know you won't
Babylonians?
because they don't work.
What about the Babylonians? They made the Saros cycle, and we still use it to this day. And they were flat earthers.
That's not what we're talking about. So if you want to change the subject to
Well,
that,
I'm
we
They
can
kind of
talk
were
about
curious.
that.
Where?
astronomers.
Let's see. When was?
We're talking about
I'm
did they
gonna have to
create the
read this.
celestial sphere? Did they map out the entire celestial sphere? The Babylonians?
They may have because we still use all their
They
star
didn't.
systems. Hold on, we still use all of their stars, like their constellations to this day. They mapped out all the constellations that we use to this day.
Okay, well, the ones visible
Hold
from
on, hold on. These guys
their
said that
little
there was
dirt
no
They said it.
astronomers, flat earthers,
for the
and now we do
armillary
have
sphere.
in history astronomer flat earthers. So
So armillary sphere
are you
is
gonna concede on that?
what was his name? I'm on, like if you're saying like pre like 600 BC, yeah, I'll agree
Jackie
with you.
Chan.
Oh,
The
okay.
But you gotta
Babylonians
understand the whole
go
like
south
if
of
you
the
followed the
equator.
conversation, hold on, if you followed the conversation, we're talking about the people that mapped the entire celestial sphere. So we're not talking about
Right.
people that were
No one did
landlocked
that.
in like 800 BC. We're talking about people that mapped the whole thing out.
Wait,
how
they
could
didn't
you
have
even do
like
that?
communication in
You
connection with other nations and came to kind of like a bigger standing about, a bigger section of the world than just their little corner? You think they weren't capable of doing that?
You
That's
think
not
like
even
how
the
much of
close
the
to
night
what
Babylonians
I
sky do you think?
said.
traveled south of the equator to do
No, I think
observation of
Pinky's got to get an interesting
southern
thought
stars?
here.
I mean, he just said there was no astronomers that were flat earthers, and we have here astronomers that were flat earthers. So that's it. It's not
But
too
if
complicated
I could
Yep,
just make something more
from what he
I'll
said
give you
and
this.
what I said.
Ancient Babylonians, probably flat earthers. They
Pinky.
did some astronomy. I think you could probably even find it in after
Hey.
1000 AD, and like the in oh freak the Inca. They probably
I'm
were
trying to
flat
be
earthers, but
serious over
these
here.
are like landlocked
I'm
groups.
trying to be serious,
They
Pinky.
didn't create the celestial sphere.
Yeah,
Guy.
just disregard them, obviously.
Am I muted?
So I suppose
No,
they
you're
had
not. Go ahead.
sort of a
Gemsy, do you know what I'm reading?
small area
Who the
of the
fuck is
Earth.
talking
They
now then?
observe the night sky
You're
from.
I'll get
coming
on
in
the
kind of
list.
low, though.
Whenever
You're
you
coming
guys
in
can
kind
get
of
me on the
low.
list.
According to the Yale Bright Star catalog, and I've got to look this up, they say they've cataloged this because it was meticulously itemized. There's 9,096 stars that are potentially visible to the human eye
Is
under
there anybody
ideal
who can get me on the
conditions.
list?
The Yale Bright Star catalog.
Now you're fucking deaf, I guess, huh? Okay. Ah, fuck.
That's mostly on the northern hemisphere, though, isn't it?
Snax, you're really low, dude. You're so
Okay.
fucking low. It's
Thank
crazy.
you. Thank you for letting me know that. That's
I
great.
tried telling you like an hour ago, I think.
I couldn't hear you.
The irony.
What was that Persian astrolabe? Sorry, just a lot. So didn't the Persians invent that astrolabe thing hundreds of years ago, or like back in more than 1,000 years ago? That worked on the celestial.
Yep.
Yeah,
No,
that
nobody
worked on
heard
the
of it.
celestial. They work on the ground, and the celestial is above the ground. So yeah, the ground below you is not celestial; it's terrestrial. The celestials are above. So yeah,
But didn't
good point.
I mean the astrolabe that used the sky, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It used the guy on the ground that is not curving had to use it on the ground, or maybe on the medium as well. It could be maybe on a, I guess,
Okay.
on a.
Am I super loud?
Yeah, I'm just thinking like that. That was in a period of time. I'm pretty sure the ancient Persians were not globers.
Am I audible?
Obviously, they weren't as nonsensical as of these Glovers these days. They were actually taking reality into account, not watching TV like these people are.
They didn't. There was no TV back then.
Yeah, that's probably why there was no
Am I audible?
that many Glovers.
You
Yeah,
weren't there. You can't prove that.
Well, because they have the technology
Yeah.
now, right? Seeing is believing. So when they see it on TV or they see it on a screen, it can trick them.
Yeah, I agree. I cannot prove that all of that, but remember, these Glovers are making this grandstanding that everybody,
So
all
this
of
is
them, they
interesting.
all knew.
This is interesting. So I looked up some stuff. So if you look up who invented the celestial sphere, right, they'll tell you that it was what's his name? Forgive me. Cirrus, or it's like Exodus. Jesus Christmas. Exodus of Critus and 4 CE or 4 BC. And but if you look up, did the Babylonians have a celestial sphere? Then it also says yes, the Babylonians had a concept of a celestial sphere, or more accurately, a vault of heaven, which served as the foundation for their highly advanced astronomy. They viewed the sky as a gigantic dome or vault that held the stars within which celestial bodies moved. See, that's beautiful. That makes sense.
And now the Glovers go
Thank you,
silent.
Issa.
Oh my goodness. Oh, they were calling me out. Oh, you went silent, and now they're going silent, huh?
Well, what I was going to say is that you guys, like even modern flat earthers, don't believe in a celestial sphere. You guys believe in a celestial dome, like the Babylonians.
What do you reckon the builders of Göbekli Tepe, the designers of that? Do you think they were flat earthers or globe earthers? Because that's lined up pretty cleverly with the sky.
They're probably flat earthers. I got a question for you.
Probably flatties.
Do you think Haley's comet, like, it just tracks us down as we move through space? Like 72 years later, it just finds us again as we've
What do you
What a
mean?
great
moved
question.
What do you
south.
mean?
Like, I'm just saying, like, you were asking me questions about how I look at the Earth and shit, and how we look at the Earth. I'm asking you, like, do you believe that Haley's comet like flies off into the distance and then magically finds you however many thousands of miles you've traveled throughout space?
Yeah, I do. I think it's magical.
Like,
Well,
that's
it's like the
fucking.
globe. The
I'm
globe
just
is
saying, like,
Hunt you
magic.
that's like.
down.
It's magic.
Not all
Okay.
of us. It just hunts just you. Just looking for you.
I'm just
So,
saying, it's coming for you, right?
so
But
is it like, you know how, like, we say that the moon circles the Earth?
Okay.
We?
Okay.
Who said we? There's no we
So,
here, lady. Yeah, the cuckoo,
It's all right.
cuckoo.
You'll
Don't
get
say
it. It's
we,
all,
would
we
please.
don't
you
have.
stop
You can
talking
have it.
over me, you complete git?
You ask a question,
So
and I tell you there's
I
no
did
we,
not.
cuckoo.
I am talking to Issa. Did you hear me say his name, or are you deaf?
I think I
He's
played
like
deaf on that
got
one. My bad.
main character syndrome going on right now.
God, he sure does.
Me
Oh
and
my
Coco.
God.
Me and
So
Coco got a
anyway,
little sexual tension. You got to let it happen, man.
Yeah, go
oh,
ahead.
that is fucking disgusting. How dare you
I'm
say that
joking.
to a woman?
I'm
How
sorry.
dare
Sweet.
you?
I'm sorry. I thought we were friendlier than we are, I guess.
I
What's
mean,
up?
cuckoo women are kind of disgusting too, though.
Are
What's up?
you going to shut up so I can talk to Issa, or are you going to
You
keep
weren't talking
interrupting me
at that
every
moment.
time I talk?
I predict he can't handle the attention not being on him. But go
Yeah,
for it.
I agree. So Issa, so you know how we believe that the moon circles the earth, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's close enough for us to see every day and everything. So that's kind of like an easy thing. A comet also circles, but it circles in a much wider orbit. And I get that that's not your thing, right? So, and that's fine. But so it's not like it's just floating around out in space somewhere and then finds us again. It just makes this big circle. And then however many years it takes for the circle is when we can see it again.
Right, but you don't think it's weird it doesn't get caught in any other like orbit, any other
Yeah.
kind of like because it
It
goes.
could.
Think about it. It goes 72 years.
Yeah.
Takes 72 years. So what's half of that? So it spends.
72.
Well, right. It's like
That's a
72. So
significant
figure
number, isn't it?
that's
So
like
It's like a occultic number almost.
there
someone
are
help me out.
Weird.
comets where they have seen differences in them when they've come around again. Of course, that's going to be more noticeable
not
in
your
the
style,
comets
CoCo?
that come around quicker, right? So yeah, if something happened to it while it's floating out there, we would either not see it
Well,
again
what
or
could
we'd
happen to a
see the
comet in
differences.
70 years anyway? Like nothing, pretty much. It's space.
Isa,
Something
can I?
can hit it.
How if it's out there for 70 years? How does it not
Snack.
slide past other planets and other whatever and get deviated by their gravitational field? That I don't understand that, because it'll
Do you guys
travel
ever
a
wonder
shitload.
how? Hold on, I have a question. Do you ever wonder how Jupiter and Saturn don't just crash into each other?
Well, Piggy, or aren't we just making up a story here? This is like
That's
relating
a
to
good
goldfish.
point.
There's obviously going to be some kind of generation point for where the Halley's Comet's coming out of, and we just kind of catch it there, right? It can't
Hey,
possibly be
Isa,
the
can
same
I tell
thing
you
every
now
time.
what I
Who
believe
is
the moon
tracking it
does?
around? Who is tracking it the fuck around anyway to make sure it's the same one? You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, we just changed the goldfish. The kids won't know, right? Isn't that right, Finky?
Right,
You
right,
live off
Sam.
the salad bar.
Basically.
It's
Sure.
you might be onto
Tell
something. Maybe
us.
it's a different.
Yep.
It's a different comet that glitches in and out. Possibly. It is weird though that we can just predict these things with such accuracy. It's weird.
Hey, Isa, can I
It's a
now
prediction
tell
of
you
most
about
fiction.
what I believe about the moon and what it does in doing the circle? Isa,
Well,
is it my turn to do a circle with you?
yeah. I'm down. I got one real quick about Haley's comment. The thing about the idea that we could predict it, it is very interesting, and that's why it makes more sense that it would go somewhere and come back to the same place. I.e., we might be stationary. But yeah, Gemsy, what up?
It moves. I mean, it measured, it accelerates to the sun, and then it goes observed from us. It goes behind the sun. Gravity of the sun is moving its trajectory, so it comes back again,
Oh no, I understand it.
and so it moves. Yeah, and an ellipse,
Right.
and the spectroscopy of it is a good indication. It's the same comet coming back, as the
Does the
composition
spectroscopy
is the
tell you that it should
same.
be affected by gravity in such a great way? Is that
Could
what
be
it
like a
does?
doppelganger. Goes behind the sun, does like a little switch out with a doppelganger
Mm-hmm.
though. Could
Puts
be.
on a
No, it
little
comes
pair of
back.
glasses and a hat.
It goes behind the sun, and then the gravity of the sun is acting on it. So then it comes back again in an
So
elliptic
it's an ice
orbit
cube that's
trajectory.
attracted by the hot gravity of a fire. Got you. Okay, yes, fine.
So, Isa,
And that,
the
that is
circle
also
you're
why
showing.
you get the tail, is when it gets closer to the sun, the temperature increases and the gases and water and ice starts to melt.
Makes so much
Who said the
sense.
ice cube
It's a
comment? That
magnetic
was awesome.
fire
Was that you,
Makes so
that
much
Snax?
attracts.
sense. Makes so much
Opposites
sense.
attract. Opposites attract, my
Yeah,
friend.
because space is cold unless you're close to a star of some
Unless you're a
sort.
fire, in which case it's also cold.
Well,
Everything's spinning
some
and
of the
frozen.
stuff might
Yeah,
make
cold.
sense, but a lot of it doesn't make sense. And what actually makes sense
There's not enough
is
stuff to be stuff that we know of. We have to invent things we don't really know of for us to know what there really is. And then we can test that stuff and prove that we know that we can't test the stuff that we know that we think is there. And we can prove that too. So tell them, Finky.
You guys don't know
if
how much
the
faith I have. How much faith I have in the globe. I went and watched the last eclipse. I bought a plane ticket. My kids and I flew out,
I
and
was
we
gonna address the moon
went to the
stuff, and
exact
you talking about
spot.
something else. Damn.
This will be quick, and then I'll just log off. But I looked up what city it would be in and the exact time it would be in there, and I bought a ticket, and we drove to the exact spot, sat there and waited, and freak the eclipse happened right when the globe said it would.
Right. That's how I caught the blood moon off of Treasure Island, to catch the alignment of the Isis statue from the World's Fair in the 1920s where they released Flash
Yep.
Gordon.
Yeah. If you
I
want,
did the same thing, right? Basically.
if you want that
And,
good stuff, you gotta use the globe.
But what I was trying to, but now that I've got my microphone powers back, I just wanted to ask you something, man, which was that, like, how do you feel that an ancient group of people trying to map the sky out, how much of the Earth would they actually need to traverse, a minimum amount, to have a half of fucking picture of everything of the sky, or it just because you can't just stay in one damn place, right?
No, I think in any one place you can get half the view of the sky.
So I could just be like up in Canada and then just travel down to Mexico. I got a whole sky map now. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think
You would
so.
need to
I got
go
the whole northern
both
hemisphere. Are
sides
you
of the
sure?
equator, wouldn't you?
I
To get the
don't know
whole
because
map.
I've been different places and I've seen the sky kind of different ways. But you know, I didn't bring a
Yeah,
secret decoder ring
I've
with me
been
everywhere.
south of the equator, and the stars looks really different down there compared to where it does in the north.
Hmm. So I'm just saying, how much flying around does an ancient culture need to do here in order to like get a decent map of it?
I don't think
Us,
it's like
or
a
like
ton. I think maybe like a few thousand miles, maybe.
I mean, I think that there's probably a way to deduce this maybe on another day, but I think it's worth a thought. But I just didn't want to lose it to the ether, not mentioning it. Let you log off and go to bye and all that. Talk to you again.
Good chat, guys.
If you consider insulting people and lying about people a good chat. But Gemsy, were you going to say something, or Gemsy?
Oh, yeah, I was trying to address when someone said, like we believe that the moon is doing a circle around the Earth. From based on observation, all of the moon luminaries are transiting above the Earth, and they're doing a circle in a celestial realm that is not the ground below your feet. So the circle that the luminaries are doing is circle, right? So I wouldn't call it a circle. I would say it's more like a transit that you can track it and has many shapes, so many lines that are technically not a circle. But let's say the moon is transiting with the sun and the other luminaries around a center of the sky that in other optical spectrum that our eyes cannot see beyond, there is a center, like I would say, I mean, based on the optics that are observed, there is like an actual this center that all of those luminaries are revolving around. So it wouldn't be the Earth technically that the luminary. Based on observation, we see the Earth not moving. That makes sense. We observe the Earth not curving. That makes sense. And when we look up and see the luminaries revolving around the center of the sky, that also makes sense and is confirmed by observation in the infrared, active infrared spectrum, in electro-opticals, in radio surveys, thermal imaging, and nobody observed the Earth doing that transit that the Globers are claiming, or that the moon is going around the Earth, or the Earth going around the sun. None of
Good
that is
point.
being observed. What we actually observe in reality is that the luminaries are revolving around that circuit up there, not around the Earth, or the Earth not around that, and the asteroid is part of that circuit above us, but
What?
the Earth is not part of that circuit.
Did you say astronoid?
The Earth is not doing that movement or that circuit. That's why the Earth is Terra, a different category than the celestial.
True that. What's up, Taylor?
Does that make any sense?
Oh, wow. Taylor.
Tyler.
How are you? Oh, yeah, I'm well, thank you. I hope you're doing even better.
Yeah, man, I got you, Gemsy.
Definitely. Thank you, Gemsy.
Well, I want to add a cherry on the top. In the observation of the electro-optical in all of the spectrums on those special opticals that are used, what we observe is a silhouette of a pyramid of light, and based on some scriptures and descriptions of many cultures and religions, and even many groups of people, this image that we see that is as wide and long as it is high, it's God's heavenly tabernacle where God dwells and where his throne is, right? So the Most High is above us, and basically all of the luminaries are heaven-centric, or let's say God-centric, because if that's God's dwelling place, so the luminaries are revolving around God and above us, like the Most High is above us and the luminaries are above us, and God is above the luminaries.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
What distance do you think these what you call luminaries is from the Earth?
No idea. And I will have to get on my knees and pray maybe every day, and maybe God will give me revelation about his work, but I don't have the schematics or the measurements to give you an answer for that.
It might vary from the North Pole to, let's say, the edge, if there was an edge. I don't know if it's uniform across. Let's say if Earth was a circular disc and it had some
Who
sort
really
of...
knows? Who really knows how far they are? They can just guess.
Yeah, like some guesses would be, it would be probably, we definitely know it's above 143 kilometers because that's the highest any amateur rocket has gone. And we know the government's gone much higher than that. So it would, I'm going to guess maybe 500 to 1,000 miles at some
Do
points.
you think they've got past the firmament? Or the Van Allen belt or whatever?
I don't think the government were able to.
Yeah, but if they were, let's say, 1,000 or even 5,000 miles off, if you go from the north to the equator, then the angular separation between the stars should get smaller due to perspective. That doesn't happen.
This whole argument is so silly.
It is.
Yeah, because you're pre-assuming a mechanism in your mind that you think it should work this way. You don't know the medium that they're in. You don't know any of the mechanisms of the heavens above. So you making conclusions is complete nonsense.
So perspective is removed in one magical way of
No,
some sort.
no, not
How'd you come
removed.
to that conclusion from step one?
Exactly,
Yeah,
my
walk us
question.
through the step.
No, but if they are close and you move, let's say if I moved from Svalbard up in the north down towards the equator and the stars were, let's say, 5,000 miles above the surface of the Earth, the angular separation between them should get smaller the further away you were going.
Can you take us by a step-by-step analysis on how you think they're the distance you believe?
No, it's just an example because I asked Eden mentioned maybe about 1,000 miles, and I said if you have like two headlights of a car, if you're close to the car, the angular separation is quite large. The further away you move, the angular separation between those two lights gets smaller and smaller and smaller. If the stars were close, like a couple of thousand miles, and you moved like 3,000-4,000 miles away, they should the angular separation should get smaller between them, unless there's something magic happening up in the sky.
Well, how do you reckon that they came to the distance that they did? What do you think is the more plausible?
No idea. No idea. I just gave an example of what the following consequences should be.
Okay, yeah, we don't have an idea.
Well, the LBI is quite good of measuring long distances.
Who?
Very long baseline radio interferometry.
How do they tell the distance from that?
Parallax.
Okay, can you walk us through that?
Oh, sorry, I'm eating. I'll be back later.
Okay. Don't they have to start with an assumption of the distance of the sun and other things?
Well, all the Glovers abandoned ship, obviously, because they got plummeted down, brought back to their senses a little bit, and they don't like that.
Yeah, Pinky was carrying them for like 2 hours. So
Maybe you
the
can
only
explain.
the only thing we can do is role play as Globers, trying to argue against flat earthers. There's no. Are we gonna wait till Ruhif comes in here? Oh, anyway.
Is he the only one?
Potentially. Oh,
Late
go
night
ahead, Taylor.
Glover.
Sorry.
I don't know.
He's the only one that really can explain it.
Well, or eggs, right? You need a 4 a.m. on the East Coast. I'm figuring it's Aussies or some English person that has an odd sleeping schedule, or
What do you
not.
mean?
No, I forget. Oh, man, I need a map.
Got a lot of Americans in the chat.
Oh yeah.
It's about
Oh,
5 p.m. over here. Ruhiv's got about 5:40 p.m.
Okay, well then he should be fine.
He'd be cooking dinner for his kids shortly, I think.
or Noah. No, wait. Is he? What time is it for Hawaii? Jesus. Why don't I just have a world clock? Why don't we all have world clock flat Earth apps like on our phone, or just like a little widget on all our things? Be so easy. Which I guess is like a question I had, Taylor. Like, it's a stupid question. I'll try to phrase it in my smartest stupid way, which is how big is the day? Like the width of the day on the projection of the AE map. Like that seems to exceed the size of the day it would be, like, I guess on a ball if I shined a flashlight on it, just wrapping around the side a little bit. I'm just wondering what the total width
Do
of it
I
is.
ever like vouch
It's
for
of
the
a
AU
spiritual
map?
consequence that I wonder about this size of this spotlight.
Taylor,
Look, I
you
have
are the
no clue.
oracle. You're the oracle, Taylor.
I've never like vouched for the AE map. I'm not sure why you'd ask me that.
I just don't have any way to visualize what the size of the day is, and it sounds like a
Well,
stupid
however big
way
God
to phrase it,
determined it
but
to be, because he separated the light from the dark, and that created day and night. Then he put the sun and the moon. So like he can totally like he separated the light and the dark. However he did that, and however large of a span he made the day and the night is
so you don't
something
care
I don't
about my
know.
question. You just want to throw it to there. Okay, cool. All right.
I
So
do
big, a
care about
flat
it.
earther will be able to
I
help
don't
me
know how I'd
answer this
honestly
question.
answer it.
Just the
Nor
size
do
of the
I.
day. Like, how big is the spotlight of the sun?
Do you? How would you expect me to
in
know
miles.
this? How would I
'Cause
even
you're a
go about
fucking
testing this?
genius. Aren't you really? You're smart as hell on this shit. That's all.
Dude, how would I
I
like?
look
Then
to
I'm
you to
you're,
answer. Sorry.
then I'm smart enough to know not to like be able to know. I mean, you can look at like time spans around the world and then confirm those distances to figure out the daytime. But that's something I've never done or had the resources to do. But maybe one
Maybe
day,
that's
me and
my
my
way of
husband hope
pushing
to get a
ideas.
plane.
Like other people that
We
like
hope to
wonder
get a
about them.
plane one day, you know, and be able to maybe check it out. Maybe
Well,
one
I
day.
think if you add a
There are
bunch
many
of
planes.
variables, because the width of the day and the region that is being illuminated is mostly based on a grid that has been planted.
Yeah, I just like look at light as like kind of a resonant field, and everything that's connected in it is sort of like in a almost like a higher degree of communication than if not, right? There's all that free energy, and I know that just makes sense to you, John, right?
I don't mind that.
And that's why I wonder, like, about like what is the front of like what is the size of this thing moving around?
And what's
Well,
the time at the North Pole? What do you think the time is at the North Pole, Lisa?
it's all time, all day, all day, all time.
That's what I mean. So at the North Pole, depends which direction you're facing in, because I assume all the time zones converge at the North Pole and the South Pole on a globe anyway. So what time would it be at the North Pole? And so it's daylight at any time of the day on the North Pole. Like it doesn't make any sense either.
Yeah, sure doesn't.
Like if you're standing on the North Pole, think of what would the time be?
Who's ever
It'd
stood
be
on the
everything.
North Pole?
It'd be all the times. Depends which direction you're facing in.
No, but
Who's at
actually,
the North Pole?
it will be like the situation at the location. So let's say if the 24-hour day it's a thing, so that's the observable phenomena. The addition of times like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 24, from 0 to 24, that might be just some type of man-made description and put it in numbers. But whatever is the situation in any region of the world, either 24-hour nighttime or 24-hour daytime, that's what it is. That's the way it is. There's no, you don't need to add numbers to that and try to make sense out of the numbers. What makes sense is
Making
what you
sense out of
actually
numbers.
observe.
What's wrong with that?
No, I'm saying that the addition of men making sense of the numbers when different things are happening. Oh, there's all day here, all day that. What is the time? I would say the real time is just the passing of the day or the night that is just happening in reality. That's the time it is.
Wow.
It's not
If
necessarily.
you're
I
a
think you'd make a
scientist
pretty good
living in a
calendar,
hut.
Gemsy.
Yeah. If you're a scientist living in a hut on the North Pole, you're some kind of meteorological scientist. What time of the day is it? What do you govern your day by? What time?
Just a clock.
Well, since there's no land technically at the North Pole, generally people are on boats and they tend to use what time zone they were last working with, actually.
You're in my mind. But that's man-made timing, right? Man-made timing.
South Pole then. Okay, that's fine. So go to the South Pole if you want to
Well,
be on land.
yeah,
No
let
problem.
me just finish the North Pole since he added that. So the North Pole generally has 6 months of darkness and 6 months of light. So you can't really look outside to see if it's daytime because it's sunny or if it's nighttime because it's dark. Now in the South Pole, it's a little different because it's a continent. Most of them will go based on what research station they're attached to.
I wasn't talking about Antarctica though. I was talking about the South Pole. There is a South Pole, that point on the Earth that is the South Pole.
Right. So if I'm at a research station where it's 6 o'clock in the morning for my research station, I would generally then my team, me, whoever would generally just use the timing of our research station because there is no real time at the actual pole.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That there isn't. It just depends which direction you're facing in as to what the time is.
Pretty much, yep.
Because all those time zones in the globe paradigm, all those time zones converge on a single point, don't they?
Yep. Absolutely. Time really only exists for human beings.
Dude, have you looked at the time zoning in the South Pole? It looks like so wonky, dude. Crazy.
Yeah, and there's an anomaly, if I'm not mistaken, in between Russia and America.
Yeah, something weird happens there. It's got like a weird dog leg in it.
Well, time zones do that everywhere, right? Like you know that place in the Pacific where some islands worked with other islands a lot and they wanted to be in the same time zone as them to make technology and stuff easier. So they just took part of the time zone and extended it out over those islands.
Yeah. to help do business and whatever. Yeah.
Right, right. So time zones are just a man-made construct.
I think America should drop daylight savings so they can go on the same time.
Yeah, there's probably good health benefits to that. I think they were saying there were a higher rate of heart attacks the day after a time change. Perhaps you guys have heard that.
Eating right and exercise also help.
People have
prevent
different
heart
time zones. Some of them live right next to each other. And then states like Arizona don't even like recognize it. And so it's like, yeah, it's really crazy.
Are Globers wasting their time with the globe?
Nope.
It depends what you define as a waste of time. We
Well,
don't think
when
about
Globers say
it.
time is money, when you say time is money, making money with the globe scam, no, it's not a waste of time.
NASA spent how much on this last mission? I think $96 billion to fly around the moon.
Really?
Yeah. And they couldn't even have a live stream going the whole time.
What a steal.
But the fundraising.
I mean,
they did
definitely
that
not
very
wasting time, because after the scam, they're laughing their way to the bank. So the time is being well spent, huh?
You could have fixed some homelessness with $96 billion. It'd fix a fair bit of homelessness, I'd imagine.
Well, those shelters like the LEM, I think, demonstrate that.
Hopefully they don't lose this technology again and the original footage like they did last time.
Yeah, those telemetry tapes, lock them away.
They just, taped over them because they were like out of money after getting like billions.
That's something a criminal would say.
Yeah.
Good thing we started putting more money into it so they can keep the tapes this time.
Yeah, well, you would think that they could at least just live stream the whole thing with all that money.
Why? Why would they need to live stream it? Who are they live
Because
streaming for?
even whenever even whenever I wasn't looking into these things,
That's
I
a
still wanted
nonsensical
to see the whole
question.
thing.
That's
That's
right.
crazy. Don't the people deserve scientists?
How is it nonsensical?
We paid so much tax dollars, so many tax dollars
That's
for this.
just anything that could be recorded will be recorded. That's I forgot who made that. So if they're gonna do this, what was that?
So I still don't understand how it's nonsensical.
Because you asked why would they do it?
Why would they go out of their way just to film it to satisfy people who
No,
don't
not
even
to
believe they're out there?
because anything that can be recorded will be
You don't
recorded.
think they're recording all angles just for safety
well,
purposes already?
No, you do realize that there is weight concerns they have to care about, and they do have
said
cameras on
weight
the outside.
concerns.
Plus, they can see with their own eyeballs if there's something wrong with the spaceship.
Oh my gosh, this is so cool.
Exactly,
So cool.
Angelo.
We don't.
Well, you just asked for a question.
just
You
draw a
asked a
picture
question,
of
I
it.
answered it,
They can
and then
draw
asked
pictures.
another.
Like cool or anything.
They've got cell
It's not like
phones.
it's a once in a lifetime experience and sight to see the Earth, leaving the Earth. We don't deserve it.
Throw
You're
that shit
right.
on Instagram.
You have seen it. It wasn't
Yeah.
just the pictures in. It wasn't just the pictures in Artemis. You also can go back to 1972 and see one of the most beautiful pictures of Earth, and that definitely
We
wasn't
wanna live
CGI
stream the
because they
whole
didn't even
tape.
have it.
We want to have a VR headset now where we can put it in and make it look like we're in the spaceship leaving Earth,
who's we?
doing the whole trip.
Who's we?
Citizens.
Who's we? I'm a citizen, a tax-paying citizen.
Okay,
We
so
deserve to see
vote
this
in
script that we
a
paid. We deserve
congressman.
to see 10 angles of every freaking side of the spaceship.
Why
Not
Vote a
even one
representative and
objectivity.
make a
We
law
paid
for
$96
that.
billion to see it.
Not
We should
just
at least be able to
Americans.
see the entire experience. They
Did
have the
you
ability to
tell
do
them?
it.
Did you tell them that ahead of time that those were your requirements? Because they're
Actually,
not
a lot
really
of Americans
doing
wanted
it.
to see it. A lot of Americans were
They're not
disappointed with what
really
was
doing it
shown.
for you or for
Definitely
me.
Oh,
Or
we're not
Yeah, you have
paying
to
them.
tell them
They
because
don't
they're
care about the
clueless.
citizens that are paying them. They don't
They
care
need
The
to
about
only
what
stop
they
way
want,
you'll
buying
right?
get
VR
NASA
headsets
to
from us.
film for you is
Yeah,
to
well, that's
basically
pathetic.
have Congress pass a law and make them do it.
That's
Otherwise, they're
the
just going to
problem.
look at you and say, "Well, that's nice that you're a nice citizen and all that, and you
And I
want to
have
see a film of this, but they're going to say it's just too expensive for us to go to all the trouble of adding that extra 5 pounds.
Yeah,
Are you serious?
it
Are you
doesn't
trolling?
even make any
Yeah,
sense.
they're trolling tonight
Definitely
because we
trolling.
had these
Only
cameras
say,
on these
hey,
rockets for
I
a
They're
was
long
trolling right
time
now
talking,
now.
for real.
bro.
They
This
are
is
Shut
trolling.
up.
Over me. Don't
These
talk
cameras
over
have been
me.
on
Shut
these
up,
rockets
Cuckoo.
for quite some time.
Are you
How do you know
talking
I'm
over
trolling?
me?
What gives you that idea?
Because they're idiots.
Or they're just practicing defending like an attorney.
yeah.
Who's doing that? No, I was talking and I was going to explain
Then
something,
what's the
but
point of
you
going on the
decided
trip
to
if it's
talk
not
over
true?
me. And now Taylor's talking over me. Isn't this special? Special
Oh, it is
children.
special. It is a
That's
special
not
show
smart.
with you talking.
Just chill out. So the point of going on the trip was
I don't
what?
feel like chilling out when people talk
You
over
just
me.
talked
How's
over
that?
me.
Yeah, you're
Taylor?
talking over Tyler.
So what was
Just
the point
stop.
of the trip? I
Yeah,
don't even
well,
know what
she
How
you're
was
about
talking about.
everybody
talking over
stop
me
talking over
What was
No, she
the
everybody?
was
what was
talking
the
first.
point of
She
the
was
Okay,
talking
trip?
with Flora.
everybody, just one at a
What was the
time,
point?
can we?
What was the point? Is my question.
Well,
I got
The
Coco.
point
I got
is
a
making
question
no
for
the
Coco.
points.
question
When there's some space.
The
Oh,
point
there's
of
some
the
space.
trip is
Okay,
the reason why they should live stream it.
cool. I got a
No,
quick
not
question
at
for
all.
Coco.
Just because little Taylor wants to see her amazing VR space shit, you know, that's
Coco,
welcome to the
I know
future.
you've got
I'm
a
I think
joking.
big
someone had a question for
social.
Coco.
Oh
Yeah,
no, please
I do.
don't.
Coco,
No, please.
I know you've got a big social conscience. Do you think, this genuine question, do you think like $96 billion, if that's what the number is, could have been much better spent by your government taking care of people on the ground rather than doing what they did? Or I'll just genuine question, like, do you think it's money well spent doing what they do?
Well, those are two different questions. I definitely agree about the money, but I believe that needs to come out of the military's budget. They overpaid the military so much this past year that they were literally buying expensive furniture and musical instruments and stuff like that to use up the money. Like, they didn't give it back. They did not give it back to the people. They spent it on overpriced nonsense. I think that's where the
Sure,
money needs to come from.
sure, but you have so much, like your country has so much need to help the people of the country, you know,
Yeah.
the homelessness, the all those things you're well aware of. But to
Yes.
spend $96 billion to send, you know, a chunk of metal up into the sky, I personally think your government could have done much more good with that money than they did.
And
Scams
not
are
gone back
expensive
into
though.
space.
Well said.
You know, you don't even have a space program, Australia.
Scams
Right?
are expensive, guys. What do you think? The
We
scammers
do
don't work?
actually.
Okay, so again,
Validated?
called-
Gemsy, why I was answering a question that somebody asked me specifically,
He
and
asked you the
you started
question, then he
talking
answered, then he said
over
something
us
else, and you
while
thought it
we
was
were
for you.
talking. And
No,
here
stop
you are
imagining
talking
things.
over me again. So I don't get this.
Stop.
This is the
Stop it.
first
Stop it.
time I've met you, and all
Stop it.
you've done is act like this the
Stop it.
whole
Stop
time.
pushing in the well.
No,
Stop it.
I don't have to stop.
Stop.
You
Stop. Stop it right
Leave
there.
her
You stop.
alone. Let her talk and do whatever she needs to say. Come on, this is
I
Yeah,
was, I
on
was,
did ask
I
her,
was,
Shut the fuck up.
Gemsy, I
was,
ask her a question.
yeah,
I
and
did
she
ask her a question.
replied, and
Let's
she
let the girls white
replied,
knight for each
and
other.
And
then
you need
you
to
said
shut up
something
and let her
else, and I
say
was
if she wants to
replying.
say something else. Let her say
And
something
I
else. Stop
was
being a dick.
responding to that. I don't get
She's
what
just
your issue is.
spiraling.
Put your
Thank
caftan
you.
away.
Wow, amazing.
We'll just everybody okay here? All right, let's keep going.
I
Gemsy,
don't think
stop
she is.
undercutting people.
I think Gemsy has main character syndrome. So anyway,
Or
John,
I know I'm the main
yes,
character here. You can go.
my thing is so the world's moving forward with technology, right? There's no way around it. We can't put
Yeah.
the cat back in the bag. Unfortunately, a lot of this technology is going to include better satellites and satellite technology and things like that. I think what a lot of people miss is that these missions are not always for what people think they are, right? Like, We're not going to the moon or going to Mars to really put a colony up there. That's just Elon Musk saying it. It's the basic technology of how things work in space. And what if we do need to, at one point, build another space lab or whatever it's called up there and man it with people? We need to know how things are going to work and whatnot. So all of this it's not just going to the moon to say we went to the moon. It's not just going to Mars to say we went to Mars. And the problem is, if we don't participate in it, are we going to fail because we're not keeping up with the rest of the world in technology? And then there's just plain war, right? All the countries have satellites up. Well, not every single country, obviously, but all the bigger countries, all the more important countries. If Russia and China and other countries all have better working satellites up there and we haven't kept up, that could put us in a position where we can't do what we need to do and advance as we need to advance. So that money is questionable to me, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, look, okay, satellites, fair enough. You know, if you need to catch up with satellite operations or whatever, but that's not the same as sending a big chunk of metal around the other side of the moon, is it? Like, satellite technology is not a new thing. I wouldn't have thought you'd have to send a rocket around the moon allegedly to upgrade satellites. That, I get what you're saying, but I'm not sure this $96 billion, if that's what it cost. There's just so much human need that could have been met with that money.
Oh, sure it could, but again, there's reasons for it, and satellite technology is improving. So yes, we've had satellite technology for a long time now. Well, long time considering. But it's not static. We can't leave it where it is, right?
Dr. Oz, were you impressed with the Artemis footage and videos,
Okay,
or were
just
you
talk
unimpressed?
right over me. I'll just
What the
mute myself
Really,
fuck?
stop.
now.
What's
You were
wrong with
done
her?
talking. What?
Yeah,
Coco, quick question for you. When you say we, do you mean like you and I?
Is that what you think I mean?
Do you
I
want him to
mean, you
talk
said
over you?
we, and I heard we. I don't know.
I mean, it's all part of context clues in conversation, bro. I don't know what to tell
I'm
you.
just trying to get it. What your point is. I'm just trying. Okay, go ahead.
It's just real nippy. It's nip, 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 nip.
Yeah, I'm starting to remember why I don't talk much in here.
Dude, you finished a statement, Eden said something, and then you just said, just talk right over me. Like,
No, I was in the middle of a sentence, and if you had
that's false.
been listening to what I was saying,
She's
you would have
lying.
been able to tell I was in the middle of a sentence.
gaslighting.
She's
Well,
lying.
listening to what? The tones, the wild swings in pitch? Sometimes. I like to do that too. But it's not everybody can hear them. That's the thing. Or understand me. I hate lies.
But yeah, Oz, what were your thoughts on the Artemis footage? Were you impressed, or anyone else? Was anyone here impressed with Artemis videos or lack thereof?
For me, no, not especially, because, you know,
Thank you.
The technology. I've flown the Dagobah system with Luke Skywalker. You know, that was impressive as well. There's nothing that's going to appear on my phone screen or my computer screen that's going to be empirically unarguable, because CGI is so good. The budget that's available to these people to produce all of this shit well in advance, to have it ready to roll out on the day. None of it, like it's pretty to look at, but is it convincing to me? No, to be honest, it's not. So, but it's pretty to look
magical. It's
Thank you.
magical, as described as some of the
That's
news.
rather a pity, actually, that it isn't convincing
I
to
feel like
you.
some of the movie footage is like even better than this stuff.
Just like some of the news titles, I think it's magical. It's like magic.
Remember when Elon Musk said it looks fake? I know it looks fake.
Yeah.
How do you know it's fake? What makes you absolutely convinced it was fake?
Elon Musk said like I know it looks fake, but it's real.
It looks fake.
It will be a misrepresentation
Also
of the
looks
Earth, right,
real.
Professor
You
Phil?
argue
A
both sides.
misrepresentation.
No.
Yeah, Hollywood can produce Avatar and whatever with, $150 million budget or $200 million budget. So if you've got $80 million a day in your budget, you can produce something very, very impressive to present to people. So for me, like I said, I'm not convinced one way or the other. I just that in isolation is never going to be enough of an argument for me to go, oh yeah, I've seen the footage.
I've seen the footage.
Smart.
Did you see SpaceX's footage? And like, if you put it on 1.25x, or even in just normal mode, like without fast forwarding it, it looks so fake. It's like crazy. I have some clips somewhere on my
What fake?
camera roll.
What part
Oh
of
my
it looks
gosh,
fake?
it's hilarious. The people look so
What part?
animated. All their movements are so jerky. Like it's so weird. I think one of them, their hand even like disappeared for a second. It was funny. I took some like videos of it because I
Well,
went and watched it.
this, you have glitches, especially if something comes over the from a long way away. So you're going to have artifacts. Any often.
No. This was showing them in the capsule.
Yeah,
This was
but you
videos of
didn't
them in
think
the.
that. But you didn't think that was going. That was remote.
What do you mean?
Well, they were in a capsule. They were in a
I don't think they
capsule
were live
for
streaming it.
400,000 kilometers away.
I think they posted this when they were back. But yeah, I don't
You
know.
think?
It just looks super fake.
The thing about it is, if you want to improve your credibility, what you do is you say, look, this is my hypothesis. Then you can say, I think that this is likely to have happened. This is why I think it's happened. This is the evidence that I'm presenting that to tell me that it happens. But don't just say this happened without the evidence to say that to do that. So
Well,
in
can
other
you
words,
do that
it's
to back
fine
your
to.
side?
Can I
Well,
do that to
Taylor
what?
is saying that she did have evidence. She did capture some evidence, and we've all seen the lack of evidence or the pretty shoddy evidence.
And glitches in photography is not evidence of that. Okay, it takes much more than that. What kind of scientist
Green
you think I would?
screen.
You think I'd hire you in my lab if that was your standard of evidence?
Well,
Greg
okay,
was
let's go
trying to
over the
poison the well.
evidence.
I
Speaking
didn't
of
say that
evidence,
this was evidence. I said I observed something that was really sketchy. I didn't say this is evidence.
and great point.
I didn't
Speaking of
cover that.
evidence, the one thing the globe doesn't have is actual evidence of uncut video of Earth to far enough away, despite all these trips to the supposed moon.
Yes, there is. There's plenty
Okay,
of them.
please post the video right now,
Okay.
Professor
you.
Phil, of video, uncut video of Earth from Earth to far enough away, please.
Yeah, it's right
Showing
here.
I'll
that
show you one
horizon
that.
turn into a circle. Please,
Oh
when you
yeah,
get
I'll
a
show you
chance,
10K
one that
live
I
stream.
did.
Yeah, uncut.
Let me
I'll show
get
you
on
one I
that
did
right away.
myself.
I'll build my rocket tonight.
No, they already are doing it. They have like
We
so
we
much
need more
money. It's
cameras.
hilarious.
And if they gave you that video, you would still say, it's fucking CGI.
Okay,
Come
so
Be real,
are we
guys.
gonna
I'm never
claim
going to
it?
accept any
Does
evidence.
the video exist? Yes or no?
Yes, it
I'll
does.
show you.
Because we
I'll
had
show
one
you some.
glober thinking it exists, and then I have other globers who say it doesn't exist. So who's right?
It
Let me
does.
show
Doesn't
you.
matter. The point is, if we present any
Doesn't
video to you,
matter.
you're going to deny it
Doesn't want to
anyway.
answer the
How do you
question.
know?
Let me show
That's
you a
not a
still
reason
picture
not to
from a
present
photo
it.
that I took
because
in
they
myself.
want to deflect and then kind of diffuse it because they know it's gonna backfire for them.
Then you are
Do
the
you
one
want to see a
deflecting.
picture? Do you want to see a
No, I want to
photograph
see a
of Earth?
video.
No, we
He said
don't want to see a
video.
I
picture. If you
personally
understood what I
took.
said, it was very clear. There's no uncut video from Earth to far enough away.
Then you are the one
Or you can tell
deflecting.
it's
We show
Can I
you
show you a
the
photograph? You want to see my photograph?
Oh my goodness.
Would you
This is
want or not?
hilarious.
Hey,
It's kind of funny to
Here's
be
this
honest.
is
here's
why,
the thing,
Taylor, they're
Eden.
so low
Eden, wait,
believers.
Eden. This is the
Yeah,
problem.
I'm
This
just
is
We
why
show
sad.
they're
you
so
the
low
video of the rocket.
believers.
I'll show you the video of the full video without any cut. You said it has a cut, which didn't have a cut. Now you want the next video you want is
Oh my
something
goodness.
completely
This is another
different.
guy who
Provided,
thinks he
dude.
heard what
No,
I
wait,
said, doesn't post
wait.
If you
anything
don't have it, just
related
say
to what I'm
so.
saying.
That
He
is
doesn't
that is
even understand that Glober's already on his side say this video doesn't exist, and he's going on and on about something that doesn't
it does.
exist.
I gave it to you
Oh,
multiple times,
oh
and
yeah,
I'm not gonna do
everybody,
it anymore.
Hammer's got it. You guys were wrong.
Who said-
Supposedly,
What?
post it, Hammer.
I have. Why don't you move your ass and do it yourself?
Post
I
it again.
have.
Prove the
No, I
Glober's
have.
wrong
You
who
know
said
what?
it doesn't exist.
It's exactly the same. With the problem with you is it's exactly the same problem. You start chanting in the chat, say, "Oh, what's the formula?" I give you the formula. And you
No, he
start
didn't. Oh
asking
my god,
again.
this is a total
This is the
distortion of
problem.
Where did
reality.
you post
This
it?
is
This is
Where
a
did
not.
you
total
This
post
is
it?
the
distortion
problem.
of reality,
This is the
Hammer.
problem. I have done it a number of times.
No, you
And
haven't.
like
You're
others
just
say,
Where did
lying
you
about
post
like
it?
reality.
others say, you're going to shout and lie and say, "Oh, this is CGI.
That's what you're doing. You're
This is
When
not
and
projecting.
how it
where
works."
did you post it? What
I
mission was
posted
it?
what mission was it? I put in the chat number of times.
What
I
mission?
think even wait. I think even I DM'd it to you once or twice. I might be mistaken. I'm not 100% sure. I think I
You
DM'd it
are
to you.
mistaken.
Taylor. I said, why don't you shush and shut it? Okay. Adults are talking. Kids can go and sit down in the corner. Taylor, I think I messaged it to you. If not, I can
See
put
my
it
photograph?
again.
You see my photograph in the
Nobody
chat?
cares about your photograph. That's
Of
not what
course
he
you
was
don't,
asking
because
for.
you don't care about evidence.
That's not
You
okay.
want to
So
be a flat
whenever you
earther because
ask a flat earther for
you want to
something
feel
and
good
they
about
provide, you
yourself.
said, "Hey, let me see your model," and they provide the AE map. Are you gonna show be because they're like, "Okay, yeah, here's the AE map. There's our model." Da da da. You're gonna complain and say, "No." No, he
See, no,
asked
I'm
for
not.
something in
I don't.
particular.
That's not
He's
how
not asking for
I
a
don't operate
photograph.
like that. I'm
They're
a
red
professional.
herring.
I don't operate like that. I've given you my evidence.
I like
Have a look at
He
it.
just asked for an uncut video to where you can see
This
the
is
entire Earth from
uncut.
start to finish."
I don't have the
Image.
access to an uncut video because that's not how this was produced. These are stills.
It's
We know
pretty
that. Tell us
hilarious
something
that
new.
Taylor just admitted that whenever a flat earther asks for something, they're not going to believe it because
No, I
we've
Oh my
gave him a
goodness.
already
Talking
hypothetical.
about
found.
taking
Of
something out
course
of
they not.
context,
That's
Taylor.
No, I
Talk
gave him
about
a
freaking
hypothetical.
disingenuous.
hilarious.
Talk
I
about
didn't
being
give him any particular
disingenuous.
example that I could recall. I just gave him a hypothetical situation.
Yeah,
People
and
don't
she's
believe in
taking it
flat
out of
earth because of
context, Taylor,
evidence.
because
They
the
believe in
It don't
flat earth
matter.
because they
being
want to feel
so
good about
disingenuous.
themselves.
It's all.
Yeah,
Anyway, if y'all
it's
have
to
the
be
video,
expected.
post it in the chat, tag me or DM it to me or Eden.
Why don't
That'd
you
be
have a
super.
look at my video? Have a look at my picture. Have a look at my photo.
I've seen like many photos that look much different from one another. I'm not very interested,
Just
but
have
I
a look at
will look
mine.
at it. I will look at
Yeah,
it.
good.
But that's
Okay.
not what he
Fellas,
was
we
Because
gotta
I
be
can
asking
give you
for.
truthful
some.
because Phil took them.
Because I can
Where
give
did
you
you
some
post your?
background to it.
Where did you post your photograph?
It's in the chat.
The live stream text.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't see it.
It's from
Is it
Chandrayaan
in
2.
the
The
It's
side
called
chat.
Chandrayaan? Who's Chandrayaan?
Chandrayaan. Chandrayaan.
Chandrayaan. Okay, who's that?
It's Chandrayaan 2. It's the
Chandrayaan too.
Yeah, I'll give you some
Based on
background
this
to
picture, it
this.
looks like it'd be like an oval shaped, like the whole thing.
I'll give you some background to this photo. Okay. The camera that took this photo, I tested it on the ground myself when it was on the ground, when it was before it was put into the payload. I tested this before it was launched. I was there at the command center when this photograph was taken by that camera. This is the same camera. Okay, so you ask me why do I think the Earth
What
is
is the
flat? For all sorts
Chandrayaan?
of reasons. But this is most certainly one of them.
What is
This I have
Chandrayaan?
personal experience. Chandrayaan is the mission.
Oh, this is India's. This is India's. Oh my gosh! Remember India's
Yeah.
moon landing, guys?
Oh, this is beautiful. Can you tell us more, like the details about this camera and how it was mounted to
So it's
the?
taken
India
by
can do
an
it too, Taylor.
Li4 camera that
Everybody
was
can
mounted to the
do this
Vikram.
stuff now. Professor Phil could probably do it.
Is this a satellite or a?
Yeah.
Yeah. If anybody has the video too, by the way, you
No,
can send it to us.
Chandrayaan is
We're
not a
entertaining his
satellite.
picture for now, but yeah, if anybody got the video, just drop it in the chat, please.
Yeah. Can you
Let's
tell us
see.
how it was
If you're not
put
gonna
into
believe video
operation
games,
to
though, like,
capture
what
these
are you gonna believe?
photos? What triggered the taking these snapshots? Can you tell us about the whole process since you were involved? Thank
Yeah,
you.
sure. Yeah, so very, very careful orbital mechanics to work out where will it be, where will the camera be facing when because this is taken in many orbits. Okay, so the Indian don't just go from here to the moon. They don't make one orbit and go to the moon. It takes 29 days to get to the moon, and then another 13 or 14 days to orbit the moon. Okay, so it's very, very long. It's
Didn't it
40 odd days.
crash? This one crashed,
Yes,
right?
it
The one
did
that took
crash.
this picture.
This is
This was
the
your
one that
mission
crashed.
or whatever.
This is the crash. Yeah, it crashed. Yeah, that was my
Was
mission,
that
and it crashed. Yeah.
was that your fault?
No, of course not.
Right.
It
Yeah,
drops
it's
the
hard to
telemetry gets
stand the
dropped.
thing up on that.
Whose fault was it?
Hello.
It's
Yeah.
unlevel soil.
Is it for you?
Okay.
Moon
Whose
sand.
Thank
fault
you.
was the crash?
There wasn't a whose fault. It was just technology that failed. That's all.
Oh, seems like a lot of money wasted. How much money did they spend on this mission?
Well, it wasn't wasted. I mean, we learned a lot from it, but yeah, it could have been better. It was very disappointing.
Okay,
yeah, it was
funny.
pretty
Is this
disappointing.
a raw picture, by the way? Is this a raw picture?
Yeah, this is the one that's so pictures from Israel are vetted, obviously. So you can't
said
just
yes, it's a raw
go there.
picture?
Yes, it's a raw picture. Yes.
Okay, whenever I ask AI, it says no.
Taylor, did you know how you
Yes,
can get around this by generating new raw data? You can just take another picture of a picture, like a high resolution picture of a picture, and then now you have new clean raw data.
Yeah, so there's always this thing about, you could do this, or maybe you did that. Perhaps you did this. What if you did that? Those are all the things that you get from those. You don't come up with some intelligent breakdown of it and say this is what's wrong. This is what's wrong with it. You just say
Well, no,
if
it's
that,
just saying
maybe
this
could
isn't a
it be
raw
that?
picture.
Could if that? What if that? All those sort of
This is
things.
all about
That's what you come up with.
this is all about authenticating
Why isn't
photos. This is a
your
part of
default?
the forensic analysis. So we're just going over how it can be done, because when it comes to metadata, like for instance, did this camera utilize the technology where it encodes using cryptography the metadata? Yes or no? No, because this was probably prior to that technology, right? So now we have.
Do you think they fooled me? You think they were out there to fool me? Do you think any one of them could fool
yes.
Okay,
me?
so I'm looking at it has
Don't be a
stereo
fool.
processing and
I'm not a
3D
dumb flat
enhancement.
earther, you know.
Israel combines multiple images to create digital elevation models, DEMs using stereo matching algorithms and photoclinometry shaped from shading techniques. They create an anaglyph 3D images by positioning left and right stereo images into different colors. And the Earth photographed is likely a relatively radiometrically
This is taken by
calibrated.
This is taken by an actual camera. Okay.
So where's your raw picture? This one's not raw. It doesn't say that.
But they're detailing simulating anaglyph for Professor Phil for a 3-dimensional projection.
Look,
graphic.
You want to believe in the flat Earth? You go right ahead. I showed you why.
Deflection.
It's not flat.
Deflection.
You take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. It's you. It's up to you.
Do you have a raw picture, please?
I can't publish stuff that's to the. I've got to now go back to the agency.
would you give me permission to publish this or publish that or get this raw picture and publish it? I've got to go through a
Has
whole bunch of
anybody
stuff.
done that?
What? Just because a bunch of silly people don't know that the Earth is a globe? You think I'm going to go through all that?
I mean,
Because I got
remember, he's
You
not
invented
the
said
this
you had some
originator.
picture,
He's not
but
the
whatever.
originator of the scam. He's just a scam pusher. That's it. You know.
Yeah, right.
No, he's not pushing a scam.
I
Don't.
was the one
He
who
told me it was
tested the
raw
Obviously,
and
camera.
it's not.
obviously, it's pretty obvious he is.
That wasn't honest.
No, don't
Which
lie
part of
about
which
people,
part
please.
Oh, I asked him if it's a raw
which
image. He
part
said
of I
yes, but it's
tested?
not.
Well, the
Yeah, which
anaglyph.
part of I tested the camera? I tested the camera and the software. Which part of that went over your head?
You said it was a raw image.
Okay, it's a raw image, yes. Well, this
Okay,
particular one is a
So,
copy of a
but
raw
if you're running
image.
through a filter like an anaglyph,
This
whoa,
is my
whoa.
this particular thing
you can
isn't the raw image.
You don't want to hear about
This
it.
isn't the raw image. You know that wouldn't be the case. You think that we've got the actual
Ew.
raw image from the Allied War?
Why? Why not?
Once you've got this image, that's reproduced thousands of times.
No, they do
particular one.
photogrammetry and all kind of crazy stuff. Who even knows?
Yeah, but it took the camera to take the original photo, though.
No, they do a lot of editing to the picture. They say it goes through multi-step data processing before they release it to the public.
Try to analyze things with some degree of intelligence. Not
That's what I'm doing. I'm looking at whatever processing they use on this picture.
No, you're
That's what
not. You're not
intelligence
out there to
means.
try and figure this
And
out.
by intelligence, he means
You're
just
out there
auto
trying to say,
believe the bullshit.
That's
Don't
crazy,
deconstruct
dude.
it. But while you're
Isn't it
deconstructing
intelligent
it,
to look
auto
into
believe
it?
it already.
Okay.
It's intelligent to look into stuff, not to just
Do you have
auto.
to go,
You've
Phil?
shown. You've shown. You want some more? I'll give you some more proof
I
later
want
on.
raw
Let me
pictures,
know if you
please.
like
If
ever
you're
like
gonna
to
do
talk about.
pictures, which is not what he asked for, just do at least raw pictures.
No, I don't need.
And we can
pictures
read
to
the
prove that
background
the Earth is.
on, like we can read about.
Children can prove the Earth is a globe.
This is a deflection, but okay. How would they do that?
I'll tell you later on. I'm in
Okay,
hospital,
tell me later.
so I've
Thank
got
you.
to cut.
Got you.
When I come back, I'll tell you. Okay.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
Thank you.
Essentially, if the globe is a lie, it's basically Easy Street. And people are either just too lazy or too tired to try to help figure out the flat Earth puzzle. And because maybe they feel, or maybe if it's going to interfere with their income potentially, or they fear it might cause uncertainty in the world, they fear it. They
Hear the
don't want to
maybes? You see all the maybes, all the conjectures, all of
You
the
told
maybe
me
this,
it was a
maybe
raw
that.
image and
Could
it
be this,
wasn't.
could be that.
So that's supposed to be
Okay,
maybe.
Taylor, get over it.
From a raw image. Of course,
Oh,
this particular one.
Whatever.
It doesn't matter
comes
what
from
kind
a
of
raw
image you will show. It will be denied one way or the other. So there's
This
no
is not,
use.
dude. Does anybody have a
No,
raw
hang
image
on,
or
hang
the
on,
video
hang
or
on.
anything?
There is absolutely no use in posting an image of Earth from space. It will be denied.
And projecting.
Deflection. Crazy.
Glober
Dude.
tactics.
What are you doing?
What do you mean?
That's not the denial. Is not Glober taxes.
Like instead of just posting a raw image, he's gonna say all this stuff. Crazy. Why waste your
Even if
energy? Why not just get
it was
raw
a
picture?
yeah.
Yeah.
Even
If there
if it's
is
a
one, don't
raw
you think that's
image.
weird? Don't you think that's weird?
No.
Then
No, but
go.
even if it
It's
was
not
a
weird to have
raw
not one
picture,
raw image of the Earth we can look into.
even if it was, you would not accept it. That's
Okay.
simple.
This is this
Yeah,
is
because we
fallacious
know it's
tactic.
flat.
He's a mind reader.
No, you
Whether
won't.
that's
You
true or
will
not doesn't
not accept
matter.
it.
It doesn't respond to what I said.
Where's the high altitude image of the flat Earth?
Oh, we have a
So
lot of high
Stefan,
altitude images showing no curvature.
yeah, Stefan, if we showed you AI generated images, would you accept it?
An AI is an AI image the same as taken by a camera? No, it's not.
Taylor, do you remember the
freak
time
out.
IC Spin found the flat Earth using his own evidence?
Oh.
When he was, remember IC Spin? He took a screenshot and he was using software and he upped the contrast, and then he even said, out of good faith, it looked flat. That high altitude. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. That high altitude rectilinear lens or whatever.
That's right.
Yeah, like 100,000 feet. That's crazy. Yeah, no curvature.
Like the Mage 2 is a good example of the
Yes, I
curve
see spin.
where you have the strings in front of a rectilinear lens.
That's right.
Denied, of course.
Yeah, I see spin. He took a screenshot and he opened it up in a software, and he even came to the conclusion that it looked flat.
The Mage 2?
That it looked flat. Very nice.
Yes, if I'm not mistaken, or the Sage.
So what was
Yeah,
the
it might have
point
been
of
the
this
Mage.
whole story?
Whichever
You
one.
said, remember that time I see spin even proved it was flat, and now you're saying he just said it looked flat.
Okay, look, the photoconometry. It says scientists calculate the slope at each point, then integrate these slopes mathematically to build a surface elevation model.
Was that the stereographic photo?
Photoconometry, shape from shading. That's what it says.
Yeah, but that was the stereographic one, wasn't it?
They have stereo matching algorithms and then photoconometry. These are two different techniques apparently that they applied.
Yeah, like it's used in what's called photogrammetry. Yeah, it's a known method.
What about geo-orthorectification, to where they have the pixels and different locations match the 3D coordinate system of the globe?
It's just photogrammetry is just going to be pixel matching, effectively.
Geo-orthorectification, look into it.
Is that like navigation?
Yeah.
So it's sort of a pattern seeking kind of thing.
I can read about it. Give me a second.
It's like establishing a.
Yeah, I mean, in my car, so it's a bit difficult reading for now.
No, I can read it. Just a second.
Please do.
Orthographic. That's almost a side profile, perhaps.
Oh, look, it says ISRO does perform geo-rectification in the Cheyenne 2 imagery. Okay, it aligns images to a precise geographic coordinate system. Told y'all.
Yeah, so it's sort of a navigation
That's so
system.
funny.
Yeah, it's stapling the pictures to a predetermined grid, right? And then it's
Yeah,
using
yeah.
a basically pixel matching to staple each picture to the next right picture by finding overlapping matching pixels.
This is so funny that they have to. Why? Shouldn't it already match? Like, shouldn't it already match the coordinate system if they're taking a raw image of the globe? If that's what
Well,
the
it would be
coordinate system
like,
actually is
imagine if we were
representing?
trying to take a picture of your face with a really tiny camera, and we needed like 3,000 photos to make a map of your face. How
No,
would
they're
we
supposed to go
actually
far
match
enough
this
to
all
take a
up?
raw picture. This is supposed to be far enough away to take this raw picture, right?
And there's
Is he
Himawari, Japan.
He didn't acknowledge stitching happened. Okay, ISRO's level 1 calibrated products, level 1, already include geometric corrections and geographic tagging. That's funny.
Likely to mask any sensitive areas, perhaps.
Or who knows what.
Yeah.
So, was that what you could come up with, Eden? To mask
Well,
sort of secret
yeah,
areas? Come on.
No,
Well, let's
respond
say
to
it's
what I'm
Area
saying.
51. Well, let's say it's
No, this
Area.
is to match
Sorry,
the
I have to
picture to
read
the
it.
coordinate
I have
system.
to read
This
it
is way
myself.
worse than that, Eden. Way worse than that. This is to
What
like
type of
literally
reader?
make it match the globe model, like to
Yeah.
match their coordinate globe, system. They
You want
acknowledge
to
it.
do navigation as
Yes,
the
it
map?
is.
No,
That's what I
it
just
isn't.
read. Yes, it is.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Okay, it
Why
says they align images to a precise geographic coordinate system. Let me give you exactly what coordinate system they've used.
Thank you, Taylor.
Which coordinate system?
Okay, so flat Earth does not have a coordinate system?
Deflection. All right,
No, that is
so
not
let
a
me read about
deflection
this.
at all. Wow.
Okay, so the
So
Cheyenne
you
2.
use
Why are you talking about
words
flat Earth?
you
We're not talking about
don't
flat Earth right
even
now. We're talking
know.
about these pictures.
Good to know. I thought you
We're
were
talking
supposed
about
to be
these
some
pictures.
scientist or something.
What are you
Okay.
like? You're literally Nothing. Never mind. All right. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Cheyenne 2 uses the mean Earth polar axis MEPA selenographic coordinate system as for its reference frame. Latitude and longitude are measured on the moon's surface similar to the Earth's geographic system. Let's see. Okay, so Cheyenne's 2 data is re-projected into different coordinate reference systems depending on the application. The polar stereographic projection, typically centered at the south or north pole.
Why do we always have to listen to this crap be read? I really want to know that.
This is from their data. This is their stuff. Like he mentioned the Cheyenne 2.
But
I'm just
most of
talking
us
about the
know
methods
this
for this picture.
already.
Oh, well then why would you say it's a raw image? That would be like seriously dishonest.
Why are you going back to raw image again? Like,
because I'm telling you why I'm reading it. You said we know it already. If you know it already, if you knew that they're doing this, why would you say
we
raw
were
image?
talking about the coordinate system. Do you not track conversations well?
I'm the one that brought it up because I'm talking about the corrections they use.
Yeah, not
They
surprised.
match it to
If
a
they-
coordinate system. I'm sorry, Stefan, go ahead.
I have the mighty microphone now? No. Almost.
You do.
Is it back full power? Yes. Power. So I'm going to take a minute to celebrate.
Hello.
Every time I look up these pictures, like they do the craziest stuff to them. Like, why? Why do they need to do all this? Whatever. Nobody asks questions.
Everybody's quiet right now. We need to get people to start talking again.
What did you mean by looking at images? They have to do something, whatever.
They have to do crazy stuff to it. Like what I was just
Like,
reading.
yeah. So what did they use those images for?
Huh?
What did they use those images for? And why
How
did
would I
they
know?
whatever they? Okay, I thought you were reading it. Sorry.
No, she was not allowed to
Didn't you?
continue
Didn't you
reading.
make the camera?
Pardon?
Who knows what the heck they're doing? I mean, every time I look into it, it gets freaking weirder. So I just like, okay, it's just something crazy. I don't know why they have to do all this. So strange.
That's probably a reason for it that we don't understand or know yet.
Can't we just post some raw pictures? Like, shouldn't it just look like what it should look like? Like,
Did the Artemis 2 do that? A few of them, or at least they posted images with all the raw data for it.
is that your claim?
Well, it was listed in the web page. So if you clicked on that on the bottom on the left hand side, you get every data comment which the camera recorded. I mean, time and settings and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, if you have some raw pictures, just post them that we can like look into. That'd be cool.
Yeah, a bit difficult now while I'm driving, but
Okay, no problem. Did you finish eating from earlier?
yeah. Just had a quick,
Okay, good.
late breakfast after walking the dog.
Yeah, no problem.
There were photos of Earth from Artemis posted in chat earlier, and they were raw and they were just hand waved away anyway. So, to anybody concerned, if these people will not go get the photos themselves, I don't see why anybody else should waste any more time posting them anyway.
When were they posted?
Earlier tonight. Ask your little friend there.
Little friend there. When did they post
The
them?
little bluebird on your shoulder.
Yeah, my little friend, I don't know. I'm scrolling, I still don't see him. Scrolling. How far up do I need to scroll? I'm at
I
like
think
2 hours ago.
I think you can find it on one of NASA's web pages from the Artemis.
She said they were posted earlier. I went back a few hours on the live stream text chat. I'm on the like room chat, I guess you call it. Don't see it. Oh, this is a couple days ago now. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't know how far back up I need to scroll. I'll go back another few hours if I need to. Okay, I'm at 2 hours ago, 2.5 hours ago.
You really don't have to narrate you looking for them.
Well, you told me they're on here. Do you have
No,
any clue
I
about how
was
many
not
hours ago they were
actually
posted?
directing that at you. I was letting the people know who would, like Stefan already posted something for you and you entirely rejected it in a very rude
No, I never
way.
rejected it. I
So
just looked
I
up
was
what
not
processing
really
they do.
talking to you. I was just letting other people know that, it's been done already and it was hand waved away already.
Where?
So up to them if they want to waste their time looking for
I'm
more
at
pictures.
you said Artemis was posted earlier?
Maybe you can go to the NASA website and get it yourself.
I'm at 3.5 hours ago. So how much earlier was it posted? I'm not trying to hand wave anything. Okay, I'm at yesterday. Okay, well, if anybody in here was the one that posted Artemis, like, feel free to let me know when it was posted.
Or just go to the NASA website and get it yourself.
I'm at 5 hours ago. Okay, I thought you were saying that there was more from earlier. It's all good.
Yeah, there were, and they were dismissed just like you dismissed
How
Stephens.
long? I didn't dismiss it. I acknowledge those are
It's
pictures, but they just
whatever.
have like geo-orthographic rectification. I don't know what I'm supposed to think about that, but yeah, I'm not hand waving it. They are pictures, but who knows what was done to them, really? Well, obviously, they know they have papers on what they did to them, and it's like really extensive.
Right, and then if you get the ones with the raw data, you'll make up
Where's
something
that?
about that too. So, like, nobody should go out of their way. Go to NASA and get them yourself.
I'm like at 7 hours ago. You said they were posted earlier. How far ago earlier? I have went to NASA's website and looked at the processing they do for their pictures too. It's pretty much the same thing as I just read.
No fooling. How about you get the raw data ones?
Well, apparently it exists. But I haven't been able to find raw pictures that I can go look into that I can read about or anything like that.
Taylor, I've told you about the raw pictures that you can get from like the original Apollo missions. Like,
Can you
and I
post a
tagged
link
you
to
in
these
pictures.
pictures? Post a link to where you're getting these, please.
Oh my god.
Oh,
It's like
those are
March to the
great.
Moon. Just do March to the Moon, Arizona EDU or something like that.
I've already looked into those, and they do the same thing, from what I recall.
Oh, so you do know about the raw footage, like the raw
They're
photos
not
from
raw.
film.
That's the problem.
They are film photographs.
What?
I'm confused. Like,
These are for the Shadran 2 ORC. I just read about this. Like, you just posted the same data set as the other guy. I was just reading about the
These are
image
the photo
processing
frames.
unit.
These are the photo. I put in the chat photo frames of the actual upload 11 to 17. All the images taken, the raw footages, no edited, literally just photo frames. So no, they are
11 to
raw.
17, would you say?
11 to 17. You can choose whichever mission you want to choose.
11 to 17.
Oh, there are more actually.
Oh, the
I think there's
missions
more than
during
all,
Nixon.
all of them.
I'm not
If
sure
you
what you're
browse there,
saying.
you have
Sorry.
all the images there.
11 to 17. What is the webpage called?
I put in the chat.
Right now?
Thank you. You know? That's one example. I just put there randomly. The famous blue marble. There are loads of them. You can browse through every single one of them.
So these are just digital recreations of the film?
No, they are the photo frame from the photo frames. Eden, if you listen to me, they are from the photo frames. They're not digitally. When you say digital, then you have the problem with the compressions and whatnot. Okay, so no, these are not anything. These are actual raw photo images.
Where's the Earth on? Do you know which picture?
The one I gave you, the one I tagged you, is literally called blue marble. It's the one for the blue marble. Blue marble. Sorry.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you can download the raw. Yeah.
Yeah, you can download the TIFF images. That IFF. Yeah.
Have you analyzed any of the TIFF images
I
yourself
have.
firsthand?
We actually, yes, I have, and I did it
Okay,
live
which
in here.
can you post
I
the
did
ones
it.
you've analyzed?
The
Wait.
one that we did multiple. We did the
can you
famous
pick
one
one
with the
that
moon
you've
in the
analyzed and
background.
post
Wait,
us and walk us?
Why
I
should somebody else
A
have
blue
to do
marble?
this for you? Do it
Okay.
yourself.
Well, yeah, this
Eden.
is y'all's claim that there's raw pictures.
Okay, Eden.
Oh my God.
But I clicked on the
I
link.
did it here.
Stop
I did
whining.
a screen. I did a screen share. I did it with using Photoshop, and what was that? The cat, the one with the telescope. He did it in here live. Also, he did a screen share, analyze the pictures. And what you can do, you can download this image onto your machine. Use Photoshop. It will be quite costly in terms of resources, and you can edit it. You can analyze it yourself. I've done it multiple times in the channel. I did it because of Gene actually, because Gene was claiming that it's all fake.
Okay, can you walk us through how you analyze it, please, if you can recall? No pressure.
What you do, you download the image from Photoshop, load it into Photoshop, then you start playing with the contrast and the levels. See if you can get any problems with the image, i.e., you get artifacts, i.e., if the image was imposed or anything as such. When you start changing the contrast, the sharpness, all the things on the image, then you're gonna see if there are problems or not. The best example is if you check the image of the moon and the moon in the background and sorry, the Earth in the background taken from the moon. It's there. I can link you to the actual image again. If you check the image from NASA website, because it's a JPEG, with a JPEG you will get artifacts purely because how the compression is done on the JPEG images. And you know how compression works, yes? You remove the duplicate. So what you do is you would consequently have this box type effect around the images. That's how JPEG compression works. I do what you call it, contribute to the open source project, so I know the code like completely in and out. Anyway, when you download the same image, the raw image, and when you try apply the same effect, you're not getting that or what you call a cut effect around the image.
What kind of camera did they use on this one?
It's a Hasselhoff. The whole detail is there. If you go to the website, it tells you what camera they use, what lens, and whatnot. So it's all there.
And when it captured the photographs, did it capture it on film?
What?
What?
Are these film? Are these like Polaroid pictures?
Yes. The not Polaroid pictures, but the ones that are from the March to the Moon. They are film. They tell you the camera. They tell you the millimeter size. All of it.
All of it, yeah.
Yeah, physical film.
Oh no, I
Yes.
CoCo was laughing. Yes, the answer is yes, Eden.
Yes, with negatives.
Of course it's yes. What the heck?
Okay, but the reason I was like, what is
what the
that
problem
was a
is.
bit of an unusual question. How do you think they would capture this?
Well, I'm not sure if they thought there were digital cameras in the 60s and the 70s.
Exactly.
No. Okay. So good. So when we have this digital film, how did they convert it? So how was it stored as a TIFF file?
Wait, what do you mean digital film?
There's no
I guess
digital
he's saying
film.
they
It's
took
analog
pictures.
film.
Hold on. I want to speak
Can you
to
not
Hammer without everyone else
interrupt,
interrupting,
please?
please. Taylor, if
I did explain
sorry, Taylor,
this.
we're gonna
It
say
was
something.
used. They were used the actual photo frames. Do you know how? Have you seen the actual photo frame, the old ones? Don't think you're that old to remember. Olden time.
They have the negative on display down at
Exactly.
Kennedy Space Center. If you want to go down there and see it, I've
Oh,
actually seen
actually,
it also.
So let's get into this
do you know
raw
how much
image.
access you need to get those pictures? I looked into seeing the raws. Oh my gosh.
To
It
see
is
all of them? To see
only
all
a
of them,
student
yes.
that is doing research can like access them if you have to
Not
do
true.
research on them. Other than that, the public cannot see them.
Journalists can also
Taylor-
see it. So
Taylor,
can
if I'm not
people who are writing books about the subject. All of them get
Yeah.
access. There's not
No,
just
not all of them.
Let's
Not
not get
everybody can get
distracted.
access.
So,
Go ahead, Eden.
Taylor, if I'm not mistaken, NASA, an imaging specialist, scanned the developed negatives and then used high-resolution drum scanners or modern film scanners, and that's how we have these raw files today.
Okay.
Yeah, that was done in the 90s, long after the mission was
Okay,
over
thank
with.
you.
So there are actual film negatives then. We do agree upon that.
Yes, I've seen them.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we all agree that there are actual film photographs, negatives of Earth from space.
Yes, go on.
No, I'm waiting for the flat earthers to agree.
So, okay, prior to this, are you saying the CIA were unable to manipulate film, in your opinion?
Why?
They are negatives. Have you?
How do you manipulate
They
the
also
negative?
say whenever they land on the
Eden,
moon,
I'm gonna
all
ask
is raw,
Eden, I'm
right?
gonna ask you a question. Have you actually seen a negative?
Yes.
How would you
Doubt
manipulate
it.
a negative?
How would you manipulate it?
Nobody's seen these negatives in here except for one guy who claims he did.
They're open. Taylor, why don't you go and see? Anybody can see. It's in the museum, so it's not like a.
No, you cannot. They're in a vault. They're protected.
That's just a diversion. How do you
No, you
manipulate?
cannot. They're in dark. They said that they have minimal people exposure to see them because the light would damage them. So they keep them in a dark vault. I'm sure.
How do you manipulate a
So what
negative to
happens?
change the image?
Yeah. So what happens to all negatives? They become very brittle over the years. That's probably one of the main reasons for why not everyone get access to them.
They're diverting. They're diverting. How do you manipulate a negative to change the image?
I've never
That's a
seen
good
these
question.
negatives, sir.
That's
That's
good.
not answering the question. How do you
It
manipulate
would be
a
in the,
negative?
if anything, it would be in the
manipulating a
process of
photograph.
claiming this is a picture of the negative that was actually taken.
No. How do you
Yeah, and then
manipulate a
using
negative?
these just
How do you
raw
manipulate a negative to change an image, Taylor?
No, my question was, did the CIA have technology to alter photographs? And some people
No,
argue,
it
yeah.
wouldn't be
That
altering the
is a
photographs. First of all, you
diversion,
like the picture that would
Eden.
be taken is questionable whether they actually took this picture of the Earth or whether it's
Okay.
a picture of whatever. Second of all, the other
Yeah.
place would be
That's fine. We can
and
get
clean
into
and
all
see
Can
the
that.
you let
negatives
Taylor
because the
finish,
Can
general
we
please? I
just
know
public
you
agree
guys want to
that
doesn't
talk.
have access to these pictures.
I'm
They're
not?
on photo film. Now that we have digital cameras, I don't know why they can't upload raw pictures or
So I'm
make
just.
any raw videos or time. They just literally went around the moon. They couldn't even stream it. That was what was
They
originally asked here. And I just want to make it clear that what was originally asked here to bring up this whole conversation was not provided.
how
This
would
is
you
a
like that
lovely.
Jeffrey
This is
has
a
streamed to
pictures
lovely
of
people?
diversion. This is a
And
no,
lovely
no, no.
diversion
This
away
is a
from the
diversion.
fact that
Any
we
picture
have
is a diversion from the
film
original request.
negatives from space of Earth. So I'm waiting for anyone to tell me how you manipulate an image from a negative.
You know, any picture, I already mentioned before we even got into images that images itself is a diversion from the original request of a raw video leaving Earth.
Is a
So we can
video
see
just
the
is a
entirety of it.
video nothing but a series of images? Okay, great.
It doesn't
So
exist,
images
does it?
count.
It's interesting. We had one Glober come in and claim it does exist. Meanwhile, the other Globers say it doesn't exist. So either there's confusion between the
You're
Globers.
cutting him off,
Answer the
CoCo. I thought you didn't like to be interrupted.
He is
Lack of
diverting, and you
self-control.
Okay, whenever you divert, can we
all
interrupt you?
the time.
Can we
You
interrupt you when you divert?
people have done
Taylor.
nothing but
Can
talk
we
over
interrupt you when you divert, CoCo?
Taylor.
Yes.
You
You
just
talk
interrupted
over
him.
me all the time.
Okay,
So
deflection.
Now she's
You just
just
interrupted him.
distorting
Can we
reality.
interrupt whenever you're
Taylor,
diverting?
you're deflecting.
you
So
interrupt
no
me
one,
all the time
no one.
anyway.
So
Okay,
no
so
one can
now the
answer.
standard is
No one
if you're
can answer.
diverting,
No one can
if
answer
you're
how you can manipulate an
if
image
you're
from a
no one
negative.
can provide a raw video leaving Earth. That was the original request. Second of all, if
When you
you're
say
diverting, now we
Taylor,
know that
is
the
a video.
standard
Taylor,
is
is
like
a
you can
video.
interrupt now if you're diverting. Okay.
Taylor,
Leave
is a
that.
video. Is Taylor?
You
Is a
guys let
video?
Taylor.
Is a video a series of images?
Can you let her
Allow the other
finish her
person to
thought?
respond.
I think Taylor wanted to say something, but you guys kept interrupting.
Okay. Okay.
We want to make it clear that there is still
Taylor
no
say
raw picture, no raw video, Eden, of them leaving Earth from
When you say
surface,
raw, okay,
or a
Taylor,
series of
I have a
pictures.
question for you.
in
Taylor, I have
Whatever.
a question for you. When you say raw
I don't
video,
care.
what is a video? What is a
You
video?
still owe me like three
No, no, no,
things,
no,
dude.
no, no.
Because you were eating and
I don't
driving.
owe you anything actually. But because I owe you
Go
nothing.
ahead and provide
What
all
is
the
a
three
video?
things that you said
What
that you
is
would
the
provide.
video? What is a video?
It doesn't
What is a
matter.
video?
This
Well,
is a
it does. Oh,
diversion.
hell, it, oh yeah. Oh boy, it does. What is
So
a
do we
video?
have a series of pictures of them
Okay, so it's
leaving
serious
the Earth
picture.
to a far distance? Whatever you want to call it, if you don't want to call it a video.
It's not a video anymore.
It would
Is
be
that what you're
saved as
saying?
like a VSI file instead of TIF. So yeah, something like that.
What? So here's the funny part. When you say video, what is video? Can you answer that question, please?
Doesn't really matter.
It does, because video is what made a bunch of still images. Yes, no.
They still don't have that.
Okay, so if we put even if I go by your standard, even if I put a video, that video means it could be fake. Yes, because when you say raw video is what exactly?
Oh my gosh! So I just clicked on the film
Oh,
stock itself had color
Love you
reversal.
run away now. Love
A
you run
raw
away.
videos assist shares. Okay, the film stock itself, it says determine much the color rendering contrast. Okay, you're interrupting again.
Please don't
Designer
read everything.
planar 80mm lens provided
Oh my God,
optical
we know
characteristics.
this already.
And you don't even know what I'm going to say
actually,
because you're
you know
constantly
what?
talking over me.
This is incoming, and this is actually in your favor now. Okay.
It says that they still did
For the
correction to these
Artemis 2,
pictures before they digitized them, like color correction, during the digitization process to the original image
Does color
characteristics.
correction change the shape of the images?
I click on the link to say like what altering they did, and it says access denied. So I don't know like what kind of like access you need to see, like what they did for digitization, but it doesn't look like I have access to it.
It must be the CIA, right?
Imagine
Nobody
if the
said
images
that.
were only black
I don't
and
know. I
white.
just don't have access to it.
If there was no
Doesn't
color
matter.
in the images, what would it show?
How would I know?
Would it change the shape?
Wait, what?
How would I know? I can't see what all enhancements were
Wait,
done
you
to this
can't
picture.
imagine what a color photo would look like, black and white? You can't imagine that?
What are you talking about? You're just asking stupid questions.
Not really. It's pretty clear and pretty succinct, and it's pretty clear why you
What
can't
is
answer
like?
the
This
question.
is so stupid.
I
It's pretty
agree.
clear
It
why
is
y'all don't have
stupid. It is pretty
uncut
stupid
video
that
of them
think
leaving
that
the
you
Earth.
think that you can manipulate
How
the
many
shape of
times have they
images
shot
on a
satellites
film.
off? How many times they went around the moon or
Ain't you
went to
seen
the
the Wizard
moon?
of
And they
Oz?
don't have one
Taylor,
uncut
this
video?
is me
This
helping
was
you
the
now.
original
This is me
question.
helping you. It's
Nobody
me.
has
This
it.
is me helping you. It's literally me helping
Not
you.
one person
You
has
keep
provided
saying.
what was asked.
You
You're
keep
actually
saying.
Doesn't
literally
exist,
interrupting me.
You
Taylor.
keep
That's
saying.
why.
Let me finish. Let me finish. You keep saying Artemis 2 and the pictures. Okay, pictures are there. The pictures are actually in the website. They have put the
Nobody asked
metadata
for pictures
exif.
though.
Wait. Let me finish. They put the exif and whatever all the
This
things
is
there.
what they
Okay.
do too.
Here's the fun part. Okay, this is the part I'm helping you. Those pictures put there can be manipulated. That I do agree. Even the EXIF, the metadata of the image can be manipulated. That's not a problem. It only takes 4 lines of Python. I can do it for you live, screen share and show you. Okay, photo frames I gave you cannot be manipulated. Those are the literally photo frames, negatives. Can you please?
Nobody asked you for
Especially
any
Eden.
pictures.
Oh no, no one asked you,
All
but
right, all right, all right,
you were
Hammer.
screaming. You were screaming for pictures, no? Especially Eden.
Can we
Oh my
actually back and
goodness.
forth
Talk
like equal
about
time or something like
distorted
that?
reality, Taylor.
Yes, she
What
was
is
Can I
this?
ask a question?
all
Has any,
video and all
Stefan, I think you
pictures.
had something to say. Let's go to Stefan because that's probably
Yeah, that
something.
I can research into because I
has
knew
any
about
of
some
you?
digital picture. I can't even look into like what what was done. They just claim they have this Polaroid type picture they took a picture of. Like how stupid.
But what
Is
you
It's
need
from the
to
any of
understand.
1900s.
Yeah.
It's
is any of
2026 and
you?
they can't post a
All right,
raw picture today. That's hilarious.
We
Yeah.
specifically
yeah.
All we
told
have is a
Just
you
because
Polaroid
this is
why
picture
like
that's in a
not this
vault.
if Taylor's
picture.
like
How
pizza
many in
chocolate
there
making the
has
In
room,
an
actually?
everybody's
untouched
trying to
vault.
get a
Yeah.
piece
Nobody has
here.
access
Hold
to
How,
on,
it.
hold
how
on,
many in there
hold
has
on.
actually developed
Steph,
negatives and made photos
Your raw
from the
pictures
I
are from
image?
the
have.
just so you
1960s
guys
I
and
know,
have.
this is like
2026.
super
I have
unlistenable.
as well.
Just so you know, this is super
Because when I grew
unlistenable.
up,
I'm
we
just trying
didn't
to do
have
work right now.
digital. Yeah. When
If
I
you all
grew up,
just
we
want to
didn't have
like actually
digital cameras.
shut the fuck up, dude. I'm trying to just like help out here. This sounds like total dog shit. I don't really care who wins this argument. Just please take fucking time in between your shit and like make some kind of way that this is trackable, guy. Like if this is like everybody ganging up on Taylor, it's no fun to listen to. I'll tell you that much.
Okay, so it's very trackable this way. A movie, a film, is nothing different than a series of pictures. So any singular picture counts for as an image from space. Now, negatives, you cannot manipulate the image of a negative except for exposure time, which would change how much you can see. Or maybe if you leave the exposure on, it would like totally white out the film. Like you wouldn't see anything. So other than that, you can't manipulate the image you see on a negative. Do we agree?
Yeah, that is correct. You can't.
Taylor, do
Only
we
only
agree?
doing
Does
processing,
anyone
but
have the
nobody would do
negatives
something
here?
like that.
Has anyone
Taking
examined the negatives
Once the
firsthand?
negative, yes, I have. I've seen the negatives firsthand for Apollo
Of the
17.
moon march?
Of this year's? Wait, I'm talking about Apollo 17. Which one are you talking about?
Do you have pictures of it?
Well, I posted a picture of the launch, but that's NASA's
Like,
photograph.
could you take
Photographs
pictures when you saw them?
with a
Well, why don't we
brownie,
go
a
with the
Kodak
negative?
brownie camera. You want to see my pictures?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when you
I'll have
got
to
the
go
I
look
wouldn't
for it.
mind.
And
Yeah,
I
can
want to see
you
the
share the
picture
screen?
of you taking the picture of the negative, by the way.
This
Yeah,
is
you
funny,
wouldn't want
like
to see that. I
they're
didn't
only
take a
quote
picture of the
unquote raw
negative. They don't
pictures
allow
are
that.
from
It's
Polaroids.
behind a plate glass. You could
So
see
funny.
it there at the museum. But the point that I'm trying to get at is these negatives, once they're processed, you can't alter them. You can't like fake whatever continents are on there. They're actually
This is so
there.
funny.
And I
The
know
raw
that you
pictures they
guys,
have is from the
it
1900s.
wouldn't matter how much evidence we present to you guys as far as
Are you
Those
whether
saying like
cameras don't
Apollo,
negative is
carry
like
raw
Apollo all landed on the moon or not. You guys will deny it no matter what. You have
They're only raw pictures or
you have a
Polaroids.
motivation behind it that is just mysterious to everyone, but I
saying
know
like
exactly where it's coming from, and
but
I
a
think
negative
you guys
is
are
the
just being
opposite of a
disgusting for
positive?
doing that.
Great,
Thank
Angela.
you.
No, you're just
Yeah, go
projecting.
ahead.
So imagine how disgusting you are. When you point
Somebody
one
called me
finger,
out.
you have three pointing right back. So when you claim people are being disgusting, you're actually probably 3 times as disgusting. So be careful.
Not
what
really.
you say.
I mentioned.
Whoa!
Funny though, I mentioned this about an hour ago or so.
It's all right,
that
Coco. I've got, my iron thong is on.
I mean, geez, Coco, this is not a roller coaster.
as I mentioned earlier, any image you post taken from space will, in one way or the other, be denied.
Congrats for your Polaroid from
So
the
why bother?
1900s. Is that the best
So
you
why
have of a
bother?
raw picture?
Let
It's
us
pretty
know when you got
pathetic.
an uncut
The
video.
earliest, I think the earliest one is showing the curve is from 1946.
By the way, every one of you flat earthers out there who have family pictures, you might want to look at them. They're all CGI if you took them on your phone or any other kind of digital camera, because you have a processor in the camera that's processing your image. So, it's all CGI.
But they don't do geo-ortho rectification to match it with the global coordinate system, like all
kidding
modern
me?
day
Is this-
raw pictures have undergone.
Taylor, do you have any
And raw
answer as
pictures
to
are from
how
the
you can
1900s with
manipulate a
Polaroids.
negative to change the image on the
Can you stop sea lining flat, please?
Any answer to that?
Yeah, he's gross. Yeah. Sorry, Aiden. They don't have the raw video, which was your original request. The answer is no. They just have Polaroid pictures from the 1900s that are in some
Do
vault.
have the raw
Polaroid
video.
pictures.
Major globe
You just say
fails.
no.
What's the difference
That's
between a
sad.
There
Polaroid
are.
and
Go ahead,
Boo.
Stefan. You had something to
There
say.
is a bunch of multiple number of videos
calling?
where it shows
Yeah,
a rather
calling
large without
im-
any cut.
im-
They got
calling
this.
images that you develop in a darkroom for Polaroid is not accurate.
Whatever you want to call it. It's from some scans from 1900s from like a Polaroid camera. What do you want to call it? What kind of camera is it then? I'm not familiar with 1900s technology, and that's
These were
what they have
Hasselblad. These
apparently.
were
They tell you
Hasselblad
the
7
camera.
millimeter
Apparently, that's all they
cameras.
have for raw pictures.
They tell
1900s
you the type of camera that was used underneath, like the images. Why are you playing games?
Polaroids.
No,
not Polaroid. Physical film that you need to develop in a darkroom. A Polaroid is developed by itself because the chemical composition and the light sensitivity is completely different.
So no raw data in those film photos.
It's like a dark room to go.
Do you know what raw data is?
Wait, is the negative raw
You're
data
dealing with an
taken
analog
back even?
photograph.
Is the negative raw data taken back? Why is the negative not raw data?
Because it's
Is
just,
it possible
oh
to
my goodness.
get
They
the
have,
raw
None
data
of these
than on a
people are
physical
old
They're
enough
only
to
raw
use
You
data.
guys
Can you
don't
believe?
understand the
Why is the
implications. That's why you're getting
Negative would be the
distracted.
most raw data that you could get.
How is a film negative not raw data? Just explain that to me.
No,
Taken back.
you obviously don't get it. That's we're getting
Yes,
to the
I
point. You
don't
guys
get
are
it, which is
claiming
why
that.
I'm asking you
Hold
to
on, can you stop
explain to
interrupting,
me
please?
how a film negative is
Hey,
not raw
someone is
data.
claiming they're posting raw data, and we get to find out it's not raw data. It's actually just digital scans of film. So that's one thing. Okay,
So
and
the
then
question is, how
Yeah,
is a
that's why
film
I asked.
negative not raw data?
That's why I
So
asked
when
ones
does it
I can
become a
look
negative?
into.
When does it become it's in the camera, pictures get taken, and then at some point it becomes what you refer to as a negative. What is that? That's something that can withstand light and all kinds of things. It is developed, is it not? So there is
Yeah,
a
it has to be
process
developed.
Maybe you're glancing over.
Darkroom, as
in
an
this.
example, you
You
develop
have
a
to develop
darkroom.
it first, otherwise light will ruin the negatives.
And how is it developed? Do you want to entail this one?
You do it in a
you're-
series of chemical baths.
Chemical baths,
In a
yeah,
dark
like
room.
a little jacuzzi or something. Okay, and
Do
what
you know
we're
the
Not
gonna
in a
names
use
of those
light
jacuzzi,
baths?
no, in a dark room.
in a
You
dark
have a
room, but we're going to use
developer and a
also light
fixer.
in this process as well, huh? So we can't do it in complete darkness. We need to expose something. So there's exposure that's got to be done. There's time.
I don't know what
that's
to
gotta
tell
be
you.
done.
It's been
There are-
30 years since I developed a picture. I don't know the exact details on how you do it.
There are
Do you
a few.
remember? Do you
there are a
remember
few
the
various things
wavelength of the
need to
light that
occur
you have
first.
in your
I
darkroom?
don't think I need you to chime in, Angela. But I'm done
Sorry about
talking
that.
anyway. Thanks.
I can't even tell who's talking. Is that Snack?
Yeah, Snax.
I'm sorry. I
apologize,
guess
Snack.
I have an intermittent volume issue here. Sorry, my bad.
No, I didn't know it was you. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. Just talk your shit, man. It's all right. I was just piping in for a second.
I was just going to ask him if he knew exactly, what wavelength the light is in a darkroom and when you can use it. When you're actually developing the film, the film doesn't come out of the drum that's being developed in. The negatives are all processed in a film with their chemical baths, both a developer and a fixer and so forth. And then afterwards, they're hung to dry. At that point, you can turn the light on because it won't affect the actual negative. The prints, on the other hand, can be done with just a simple red light, and that will allow you to go ahead and develop your prints and see what your photographs look like.
That's why in olden times, if you have a camera, when you fit the film in, you would never ever open it again. Because as soon as you open it, that film is ruined completely because it was exposed to the light, and that's it. The film is done. I made that mistake a number of times as a kid. So I used to remember when I take pictures, never ever change the back of the camera, whatever reason. Wait for it to finish. Once it's all finished, then you roll it out a couple of times, make sure there's nothing else left. Then take it out, then you would just have this black roller, whatever it's like, this roller, nothing inside. You would give it to this to whatever photo shops or whatever. It's literally a shop. Then they would develop it for you, a dark room with a red light exposed to a bunch of chemicals, and then let it wash and dry, and that's it, done. There's no manipulation in between.
So again, how is a film negative not raw data?
Okay, a film negative is analog. Okay, do you know the difference between analog and digital? For instance, your record player, if you have vinyl records, that's analog music that's being pumped into a system that gets converted to digital. Film is actually tangible in your hand. What you see on your computer screen are pictures of that film or that photograph. You don't have a actual original digital photograph because none was ever taken. They were all done by film. So the next time you say that this picture is a digital, where's the digital raw data, you better say, well, who's holding on to the negative? Well, that's NASA. Who's holding on to the original first print that was made? That was NASA. The rest were distributed out, copies to the various news outlets, and eventually stored up on the site when it was digitized back in, I think it was 1997.
The problem is apart from some of us, for people who hasn't seen film negatives, it's kind of an odd one. What I'm hearing, they think this because you see it on your machine, because you see it on your computer, therefore it's digital. It's hard to explain. It's not the case, actually. If you go back, the digital data will have a picture in your hand. Nothing digital about it. It's all physical. It's all there.
Okay, anyone here actually have analyzed an optical photo of Earth in software? And if so, post the photo and walk us through how you analyzed it. Not from Apollo, because those are just film images.
What would you describe as analyzing a photo?
Well, there's different methods. Like Hammer went through a basic one where we're just opening it up in Photoshop and adjusting certain levels. But then you can go through metadata and such. But yeah, go ahead.
And what's your motivation behind that? Because I've analyzed a lot of pictures over the years, but I've always had a reason for it. I've never had a reason to take a NASA photo and analyze it. But if you want something done, I can do that for you. What is it you're looking for?
Okay, feel free to find a photo that includes maybe a reflection of the sun, and then see if you can isolate that sunspot. No pressure.
A reflection of the sun. You can go outside in your own backyard with a nice telescope, a solar filter, and a good camera, and you'll take sunspot pictures all day long. They're there. You can see them with your.
No, I'm talking about the Earth. Of the Earth.
You want sunspots
it's
from
like you're
Earth?
not interested in analyzing any of the
I don't know what he's asking for.
Yeah, but you haven't clarified what analyzing a photo is.
Yeah, he doesn't know what he's looking for either. He's just trying to prove his world.
And like, when you say the metadata, you do realize that analog photos don't have metadata, right?
I've just clearly explained it, and I mentioned how Hammer rudimentarily explained what he did, even though he didn't mention metadata or anything like that.
Why are we changing the subject from the film photographs of Earth from space?
Well, because that evidence doesn't exist, so you guys failed there.
What? I
Oh,
thought the one in the
evidence.
Try to
back.
get,
The
yeah,
globe
Ian,
does
what you
not have
should
that
try to
evidence.
do,
So
Ian,
something else.
what you should try to do was to get access to one of the negatives from Apollo 17, and then analyze that one and see what you find.
Yeah.
Like,
No, no,
how
that's
does
for you
how can you define for
But
us
until then,
what
has anyone
analyzing a
here
photo
been
actually means?
interested? Have they taken any of the photos from Himawari and analyzed it? And if so, post the photo that you analyzed and walk us through the steps. No
Why
pressure.
don't you explain what analyzing means? What does analyzing mean to you?
What are we looking for in analyzing?
No. What are you analyzing? Like, what part of the photo are you analyzing? How? What do you mean by analyzing? You haven't clarified that.
I don't want to answer for him, but what he means, I think, going historically, I think Rob Skiba tried this. Basically, his thing was, or looked at debunked the photos of the NASA. So what Robert Skiba did was basically went to NASA website. He took a picture of blue marble, but here's the fun part: the picture there is a JPEG, or or what you call it,
It's a
digitally
compressed
edited.
image.
It's a compressed image, exactly. And then what he did was he took that image, put it into Photoshop, and he found
Anyone
artifacts.
other than Hammer or Pastafarian?
You
let him finish,
analyzing
please?
The photo?
So his thing was, and Robert Skiba went, oh, so look, I downloaded the image from NASA. Look, it's NASA. Okay, it's NASA, and they lied. They put a fake edited image into their website. I think that's where Eden is going for, or that's what Eden is aiming for. That's his thing. Because if you do that, I know for a fact, and I'm not denying it, I know for a fact, any other similar images, if it's compressed, you will have artifacts. Whether you like it or not, it's just how compression works. You remove the duplicates, replace a bunch, and when you reconstruct, yes, you will have the artifact. It's very known. You can get them. Tons of people video explains it online. Okay, and you can do it yourself if you want to. I think that's what he means by analyzing. Now, even if I'm wrong, then if I'm wrong, correct me. That's
I mean,
what
he
means by
won't even
analyzing.
explain what analyzing means, so I can't take the argument seriously either. It sounds like he doesn't even understand what the word means himself. He's basically throwing around a word without knowing what it means. He says, "Oh, just analyze it," but analyze what? Analyze what aspect of the photo? You need to be very like the word itself is meaningless without context.
I think
I get
he
your
is
point.
he has posted some images where you have like a reflection of sunlight from the surface of the Earth. And what I think he's done is change the contrast dramatically towards dark, that you can see some sort of light pattern.
Great job, Stefan. It was actually the gamma.
Yeah, but that's not how you do analyzing an image, is it?
There's multiple ways, Stefan, to analyze an image. You want
No, but
to
hang
go
on.
through the metadata? You can
Changing
go
the
through.
contrast. Changing the contrast of a digital image tells you nothing.
Yeah.
Well, it can tell you quite a bit. In fact, that's what
No.
analysts, people, photo forensic analysts, experts do. They want to find out whether or not photos are actually authentic. But I don't see very many Globers actually willing or interested in this topic. Otherwise, they would have done it and posted their photos that they've done themselves.
How would you
If I
determine
take a photo of the
how would you
sky with
determine-
my cell phone and I
Hang on,
see a
how
bunch of fucking artifacts that show up when I analyze the photo,
If you
does
need
that
help answering these sort of
the photo that I
questions,
think is fake?
but in 2026, I don't know what to tell you, man. Maybe just spend some time, do a little bit of research.
How would you analyze a film negative to determine if it's authentic?
Oh boy.
He's just pretending to be retarded. Like, we asked him 5 times, hey, what do
That's
you
a
mean by analyze?
stretch. He doesn't need to pretend at all.
Duh, do your research. Duh.
Then I told you earlier, if you're interested,
If I took
you can
a
download the
picture of
image.
Bigfoot using film, right? Someone dresses up in a costume and is Bigfoot, and we have that on film. That doesn't make Bigfoot real.
I agree.
Photo of the
Now,
sky
how
with
would
my
you?
cell phone,
Now, how?
and I get a bunch
That's
of fucking
fine.
artifacts
Fine.
when I
If
take
you
the
want to
photo.
say,
Does that mean the
if you
sky
want
is
to
fake?
say, if you want to say they created a model of the solar system of the Earth in like a room, and then they took a picture of it with a film photograph, then that's fine. If you want to say that, just like explain how that's done.
Hey guys, can you show me a photo
Well,
of the
there's a few. Like I
firmament?
remember
A
asking
single
McToon
photo?
to
Just a
post the
single
very
photo?
first video
No
of
photos,
Earth
huh?
from space in the history
Yeah,
of
is it,
mankind, and he posted the video from the climax. A funny thing happened on the way to the moon. So if he
Why are you
posted
getting the
that
electric
video as the
slide,
first
man?
video of Earth,
Stay in the
then they
lane.
would have been doing the same thing, just taking pictures.
So you agree
So you
that
have
we
the
can't
video, and then you have
take
the picture.
pictures of Earth from space then, huh? You agree that we can send up satellites which carries cameras?
Well, what it depends, right? The distance. You have to
You
get
guys
these
don't even
satellites for
believe in
60,000
space.
miles.
It doesn't depend on the distance. Can we or can
It
we
does.
not send up satellites?
If I send a satellite
Take,
10 feet, it's not gonna capture the Earth, the hemisphere of
why do
Earth.
you
I don't
why
think it would be a
yeah why do
satellite
you
if
need
you
that?
Not
send
far
it up
enough
10
away.
feet, because a satellite would have to orbit the Earth. So I don't think it's orbiting the Earth at
Even
10
if we
feet.
were to see one
It wouldn't
half
be
of the
a
Earth,
satellite.
getting 10 feet off the ground is not gonna do it.
Yeah,
Getting
because that
20
wouldn't
feet
be a
off the ground,
satellite.
Who's
getting
talking about
100
10 feet
miles,
above our
getting
ground?
to the
Definition of a
ISS is
satellite
not gonna
is
do it, gentlemen. You're gonna have
satellite.
to
A
think about what
satellite.
you're saying.
A
Look,
satellite is an
do a little
object that
bit of
orbits
research
the
and
Earth.
figure out how far away you have to get,
So
and then let me know.
Well,
One, two,
the
three.
distance to
Everybody
the
talk at the same time.
ISS, the distance to the ISS has been measured by several amateurs by doing parallax measurements.
Oh yes, thank you,
Like
Stefan. But I was saying,
yeah, like Astronomy Live, Red
oh
Rhetoric
yeah,
did using that
oh yeah, for
telescope.
sure. But even if we
Yeah.
got to the distance, even beyond the ISS, we're not far enough away to capture the circle of Earth.
Do you need the ISS orbit around the Earth?
No, it's helpful if we get an object
Yeah,
from
and
even
could you
further
stitch
away.
those and could one stitch those images together in a way?
Potentially, yes. What I'd like to see, Stefan, and thank you for being respectful. I would really like to see amateurs send a rocket far enough away and even orbit the Earth. I think that would validate the Earth finally for me. That would be the final touch.
Would you be willing to
Why
sponsor?
would that even? That doesn't even make sense. Like, how would you even? You can't even validate that.
Well, we're not validating the government, that's for certain. I'm
No,
saying
you
if we
can't
were
even
to get
validate what.
together, if
You can't even
Globers and
prove
Flat
physics.
Earthers got together,
You would just
and
be
everybody
taking
contributed
the other dude's
$10.
word for it that actually could do the work that you can't do. You still,
So
you
I'm
know what I
saying
mean?
well, I was saying if Globers and Flat Earthers got together and let's say we called the
Yeah.
government's
Well,
bluff.
if I used crayons too,
Well, if
like
I can
we
finish my thought here for a quick moment, and then you can rebut.
Oh
Unless you
yeah,
want to go
yeah,
first,
yeah.
go ahead. I'll wait.
Yeah, but
No,
even what you
definitely.
could
You're
do,
good.
even what you could do was get in touch of different universities, like the major university closest to me. They had a group who sent up a microsatellite with a
Yeah.
selfie arm. So you, if you lined up, you could send your image up to the phone at the end, or the screen at the end of that, and they would put your photo in there and take image of this with the Earth in the background.
Thank you, Stefan. We've spoken to Josh Ingersoll. He works with Amazon and designing some of these Amazon satellites. But I don't think we're at the distance where we can see the circle of the Earth. We're talking about 60,000 miles. So I was thinking that
You
Flat
have to
Earthers
go to
and Globers
60.
should unite and call the government's bluff in America, because in North America, I think, at least in Canada and the United States, there's many agencies that we would have to gain authorization for a high altitude rocket. And
Well,
we should call their bluff.
Himawari 8. Do you think Himawari 8 is far enough away?
Yes, that's what they say. It's about 24,000 miles, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and if it's up there, it's able to take images of the Earth. Yes, there shouldn't be
Yes.
any problem putting a camera on the satellite.
Right.
There
Well,
we go. I
Himawari
think
does
we should
not look like
call
a
the
computer
government's bluff.
simulation, right?
Flat Earthers and Globers unite. We propose to the government, and I think Elon probably has the resources. We get them through enough pressure to send up just one last camera, uncut, to 20,000 miles to Himawari's height to confirm. But it would be ideal amateurs.
20,000 miles?
Well, according to Himawari, it's 24,000 plus miles, if I'm not mistaken. But when I was doing my research, it said mathematically, and I used a few sources, but AI came back to me and gave me two answers. Mathematically, we have to get to 30,000 miles, and then it said practically, we have to get to 60,000 miles, and that's if we want to see with the human eye, the circle of the globe, and then the black space around it. That's like we would have slowly as we ascend. We wouldn't see the circle until we get to that mark, they say.
Eden,
So
is
if
there
you
any
went up high
particular
enough,
hang
if you
on,
went
is
up,
there any
go ahead.
particular reason why you need to see the entirety of the earth?
No, I'm not saying the entirety, just an uncut. I think this would be helpful. It'd be like the finishing touch.
Actually, I think it would be more helpful if you just had like a Vatican-based space program. Then you could believe it, no matter what, right?
The Vatican has been a little shady. I have to say that. What's up with the Lucifer telescope and the homage to Satan? I don't know about all that, but
You know, you could get up about 600 miles and you'll see plenty of curvature. Gemini 9 and Gemini 10 went 600 to 800 miles each and saw plenty of curvature up there.
well, that's true. But according to my research, the highest amateur rocket right now is only 143 kilometers. And that was Aftershock 2 in 2024, I think.
And can
Yeah,
you
and the height above the surface determines how much of the surface you will see.
That amateur rocket was probably funded by just a few people in a crowdsourcing of effort or whatever. But if you went ahead and got as many flat earthers together as you could, I'm sure you could come up with enough money to put yourself into orbit.
Yes, I was thinking that as well. If we get together, we unite, everybody just chips in $10, $20, whatever there's in their budget. And
oh, come on. Ask for
And then
100.
if
Don't stop at 10.
all right, if you can do it, guys. And then what happens? Let's see if the government just says no, we donate it to charity, or we can split it
Why
up.
would the
or whatever.
government say no?
I don't know. I'm just saying it for a scenario. Let's say if we call their bluff and then they shut it down because whatever. I don't think they would do that. I think they would probably let it go all the way into the rocket launch, and then
What do you mean by calling the
But this is
bluff?
just entertaining.
When you
That's not.
said
But thank you
when you
guys.
when you said
It
bluff,
is about 5
what do you
a.m.
mean
here. I'm
by
going to be
bluff?
signing off anyways pretty soon. But thank you for your patience with me, guys. Just defending the flat Earth position and whatnot. I appreciate your time.
Eden, when you said calling
You're
the bluff,
welcome.
what bluff are you
Thank you. I
referring
know I
to exactly?
might have been pushing buttons a little bit here and there. It's nothing personal, man. I like you guys and I like your patience. Thank you. Hope you guys all have a great day.
Eden, instead of
Patience
just
doesn't
before you
cost
leave,
anything.
what do you mean by bluff? Calling the bluff. What bluff are you referring to?
He thinks that the governments are fake. He says that the government is keeping us away from seeing the Earth. That's what he's trying to say.
You know, the problem is he keeps saying, oh, you need all sorts of loops and hoops. Now, imagine if anyone can send a rocket up there.
I mean,
And
people have
imagine,
sent up high altitude balloons and
yeah,
filmed it.
Mr. Sensible sent Mage 1 and Mage 2, and this Mage 2 was almost perfect in terms of what he did.
Oh, there's like a 3-hour uncut video that this guy posted of him doing it with like a high altitude balloon. Like literally not a single edit, not a single cut.
Is this
Bam.
like director's cut, like unedited?
Unedited.
Bonus scenes.
Air pressure and everything dropping.
3 hours straight video. 3 hours of straight video.
And it's unrated.
Have you not seen Mage 2? At all?
Alright.
Mage 2, yeah, Google it. Well, it's in YouTube, Mr. Sensible.
That's a good one because what he does is putting these two straight strings in front of that rectilinear lens.
Yeah. It's to ensure there's no what do you call it, distortion.
No
the
fisheye
Yes,
lens, no nothing.
no,
that's
he put
true.
all the cameras. He put all even the cameras he used and whatnot. Yeah, everything is there.
Yeah, we analyzed some of those screenshots, that precise video with IC spin, and he found a screen where it looked flat to him. He
At what
even said in
altitude?
good faith it looked flat.
At
He
what
loaded it
was
in
that
his
the
graphic
Mage?
software. He upped the contrast, and it appeared that the horizon did appear flat. Oh, go ahead.
Was that the Mage 2?
Yes, and IC spin. If you want, you can ask him.
I will do when it pops up.
Yeah, I tagged him already, Stefan, so we should hear back from him.
Ah, good.
There's one single frame in the whole film that is flat, and that's the one thing you believe out of that movie.
Yep. Isn't that crazy?
That's weird.
Mind-blowingly crazy.
And from which, does anyone know from which altitude that was? Was it all the way when it was at its highest?
It was pretty high. I don't recall if it was at the apogee though, unfortunately.
And did you take into account how the radio signal traveled further and further the higher up the balloon went, as expected on a spherical Earth?
I think
That
he got up
was
to like 60,000
that was a second. Yeah, that was
meters.
that was a second independent measurement confirming that the Earth is spherical. So you have both the optical one from the rectilinear lens and the way that the radio signals were received further and further away from the launch site as it went up.
Okay, my apologies about the Lucy telescope, which is not an actual telescope. Dr. Faulkner is
Lucy?
here, and he corrected me. Thank you, Dr. Faulkner. I do remember there was a satellite named Satan in Australia during the Apollo.
That was what was the actual name?
The satellite antenna. Oh, let me get it.
No, it's okay. Yeah, so it was just like you put NASA and GNS and GPS and whatever to shorten the name, and that one, strangely enough, ended up at Satan, as that means anything. But of course, you believe that.
Yes. What if that's the signature of someone trolling?
Oh, for fuck's sake! Don't be that stupid, Eden. Please.
Well,
Well, no. I mean, no.
investigating.
It's just like the N A, and if you remove the S and we say like that National Association of National Association of like Telemetry something, whatever, we put a T in there, so it'd be NATA, and then don't we just need a S in there? And it's easy. It's easy. It's ready to go. Come on. This is like a Scrabble game here, Stefan. Don't be like it's that far away.
You know, a very famous.
You heard of Santa Claus?
Terrorist group. I don't want to call out the exact name, but anyone, the famous one, which were heading and do all sorts of awful things, which has ISIS. Yes, all of you heard of it, for sure. Did you know there's a routing protocol with that name? Can I say, but that can I say, Eden, by your saying, can I say that's a coincidence, isn't it? The routing protocol, it's called that.
Okay, I did find the Lucifer telescope.
Coincidence, obviously.
How you ignore it, actually. Is that a
Wasn't
coincidence?
the Lucifer a near-infrared instrument for the large binocular telescope?
Right. Its acronyms are by accident, right? We do them because they're mnemonically accidental. We don't try to remember a bunch of words by stringing them in an acronym. Am I right?
That's exactly my point. Yeah.
That's exactly. You guys know that,
like ISIS, like
you guys,
Google it.
You guys realize that the Catholic Church recognizes that the Earth is a globe and that Big Bang is real, right? Yeah, but as he said, Lucifer, large binocular telescope, near infrared spectroscopic utility with
How else
camera
could you
and
say it?
integrated field unit for extragalactical research.
Like, there's only one
Today
way that.
today it's called Lucy, formerly Lucifer.
Not sure if you're aware of this, but you guys keep talking about the Catholic Church. Like the obvious Messiah is Donald Trump, and the Pope is just like obviously a follower of Satan. Like, come on. I don't know why you guys
Yeah.
think that.
Yeah, Donald's the new Jesus, isn't he?
Could I interject some very important information here, please?
Max, I tagged in the chat. Have a look. That's what I was telling you.
Yeah, the actual film from the Apollo was Ektachrome, and Ektachrome is slide film, and it's a positive. It is not a negative film. So you're seeing the actual image that the astronauts saw and took through their camera.
Are those the Hasselblad cameras?
Though that particular one was a Hasselblad camera. I took film professionally back in the 60s, and I had a Mamiya 645, which is a similar camera. It was a large format camera. But I took Ektachrome quite a bit. I took Plus X and Tri-X as well, and those are black and white film.
Right. So I've used those too. Tri-X mainly for my own stuff. But and I consider Ektachrome to be one of the coolest of all film stocks. What would you do? What do you think about are you familiar with the concept of a thick negative? That it basically is very shadowy. You know what I mean? It's got like not a highlight detail. You can bring them out obviously, but the color richness that's available in them. Obviously taking pictures of the movie. Were they using they were using color Ektachrome, right? I guess it's black and white. Or no? What were they? What would you say?
Ektachrome is color, and Ektachrome is a positive. It is not a negative.
Right. Yeah.
Kodachrome was the negative.
Yeah, I got you. I just mean film. Like in terms of it produces what is called a thick negative, I guess in industry terms. I guess it has a very dense color layer, like all of the. It's one of the I think the greatest like color capturing film stocks that was ever made, probably.
Agfa made some really good film stocks as well, but in Kodak, the Ektachrome was the number one emulsion.
I think it's pretty revered for cinematographers, really, just along with Kodak Vision 3. I think that is also one that is
really low. It was a really low ISO, so it was very, very rich with color.
Yes, 200 ISO for Ektachrome and it's 400 for Kodachrome.
Right. Plus X was 100 and Tri-X was 400. So I just wanted to interject that because everybody was talking about negatives and trying to adapt, or the only way you can mess with a negative or a positive slide is to process it incorrectly. There is no way to process it, especially to get some weird context into the film, or if it is processed correctly or incorrectly, and that is the whole basis of the finished emulsion. And Leflane was
no
right.
Trick development can only be trick photography from if you were to say it's a hoax or something like that. If you were to be on that side of the fence, you'd say it has to be in the trick photography part, not the development.
Trick photography
you're excluding it from being possible, actually.
That is absolutely correct. The trick photography would be taking pictures of models, and if you would take pictures of models, I suppose you could get something like that. But
so you need like a National Association of Scale Aero Modelers to do something like that, right?
Well, in the 60s, in the 60s, you didn't. 2001, Space Odyssey, I remember seeing that when it came out, and that we were amazed at some of the stuff that they were doing in that, but it was all, it wasn't even close to what we saw when the astronauts actually did it.
Right. And then nobody would confuse like an association of scale aero modelers from a space administration, even though they're named the same thing.
Well,
it's not like there would
actually,
be no lie
I'm
committed.
actually a member of that as well.
So
Yeah,
there's no
I'm
lie
actually a member
even.
of that as well. So,
Are you really?
uh, I I fly scale airplanes.
There's just yeah, I just found like I guess in my cursory searches probably about a decade ago that there was a funny correlation between something called the National Association of Scale Aero Modelers, and I thought that was interesting because a lot of times people have made a claim that some of these things look like scale models, which is obviously ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, it's just there's a funny thing happened on the way.
Well, I've got to let my dog in, so it's 4 o'clock in the morning here, and she got me up, and I happen to hear this conversation. So I just wanted to interject. I wanted to make clear that there was no negative film used in the space, any of the Apollo. It was all ectochrome, and it was all positive. So there you go, guys.
Thank you.
You bet.
What is ectochrome, sir?
Light film.
Yeah, it's actually pretty amazing how film works. And like, it's like capturing the photons. I don't even know how that works. What's the most advanced technology that humans have?
You're talking on it.
You don't
No,
think
I think
fiber
the
optic
ASML.
is more advanced than taking a photo?
Everything digital, as far as I'm concerned, is probably the leading edge of our technology right now. I mean, yeah, we have things like, high-speed cars, trains, planes that could fly supersonic, obviously rockets going to space, things like that could be considered, great leaps in technology, but you want to consider technology as what's useful for the masses, and the most incredible advances seem to be in, not only the software, but the hardware that we use to get through our daily lives.
Yeah, I would say advanced lithography is probably the most technical.
3D printing's also, a forefront thing, being able to make anything you want with a 3D printer.
Yeah, except it's all locked up, man. They got all the SpaceX contracts. You can't get in the field. Not well. I tried. Yeah.
You tried to build rockets?
3D printers. Yeah.
Oh, 3D printers, you can buy them anywhere.
Hey, yeah, I had like people from NASA like visit our thing. It's fine. Like you don't have to talk. We don't talk
Wait a
about
minute.
it.
You had people from NASA come to your location wherever you
Right,
were.
isn't that
What is
crazy?
this, a shop?
It's like so nuts. Yeah, it's a shop. Yeah.
And they
But
came
no
there
big
and said,
deal.
you can't
And
have a
then-
3D
But what
printer.
did the guy? It was so weird. Like, who was this guy? He just showed up with some crazy guy in a trench coat with a hat, and he barely talked to. We started talking about some of the use cases and stuff like that. I was trying to get into like, yeah, like, are we gonna have problems with, our material selection? Are we gonna have problem with like, is our chip hardened for like any kind of like cosmic ray bursts or anything like that? Like I was kind of unsure. I know that there was a Texas Instrument chip I was looking at because it was like certified to work there, and we could have used that as a replacement. But we'd have to build like a whole new architecture for the 3D printer to run. Not a big deal. It was not like some complicated shit. But anyway, man.
You didn't send like a letter to NASA saying you were going to send a rocket to them, did you?
No, these were for like basically orbital like platforms that had 3D printer capabilities to print more trusses, I guess, with some kind of feedstock that could be delivered. Uh, but you know what? That's like for thinking about space if it were a real like industry that we do, not like where four companies like fucking do all of it. And it's like if you don't go through like Bigelow Aerospace, you're pretty much not in any kind of way going to be working with this stuff. But anyway, yeah, we didn't know then. We were just like little young kids trying to like make tech happen. Or working with the guy that was printing with lunar regolith samples, something like that, that provided to him from like NASA, ESA, or whatever, joint partnerships like that. That dude, I worked with him in over internet and stuff like that, talking about some stuff. You know, I consider myself some type of nothing to do with his project, but I did get to speak to him a couple of times about it, and you know, and it was part of I guess, an overall idea to try to like bootstrap into becoming involved, like a little startup company that could be doing stuff in this kind of emergent field, possibly. But it did not emerge, even though it should have.
More like submerged.
I don't believe that they really use 3D printers on the spaceship that much, and I don't think that it's actually even a good idea. The idea of like how do you believe like the tech would actually work to like stick a model where you
There
don't have
is a-
gravity, that it's a whole gravity fed system? How do you simulate that with?
There's a company supposedly testing this year a rocket that they're going to be producing with a 3D printer. Basically, they've been produced the entire rocket that way.
Yeah, SLS, bro. That's funny. Yeah, that's funny. That's
It's using composite materials.
Sintered layers. Yeah, that's not going to work. But whatever. It's a
Well,
good
if
thing
it does, then what are you going to say then? Oops.
Why do you think it's going to work?
I think it's going to work. The designs
I guess
are
you know nothing
pretty,
about
pretty
how-
straightforward. It's just they're streamlining their production by first designing everything with 3D printing and then just
Okay. So you think that like it's got like some kind of highly tolerant metal composition? Is that what you think?
I'd have to look it up to see what it
That's
was.
interesting.
I saw
That's
it.
interesting, man. Yeah. You're
Hold
such
on.
a smart guy, though. Crazy. Why would you think you're gonna get like really good atomic like bonds like when you're centering shit with a laser? You don't think that that'd just be like some brittle nonsense? When they be using like rolled fucking metals and stuff like that for a lot of this. I don't know. I'm not again. I never got into the aerospace stuff. I'm not that smart.
Relativity Space is the primary company known for 3D printing its rockets, with up to 95% of their Terran 1 rocket, including engines, produced using proprietary large-scale metal 3D printing technology. They use AI and robotics to create these structures and significantly reducing part count and manufacturing time compared to traditional methods.
I'm sure.
Now, let me see when they're scheduled to fly.
Why don't you see how much money they make?
I mean, is it a publicly traded company? Because
They've actually, I don't know if they're publicly traded, but they have launched a rocket already. They launched their first launch, Terran 1, launched in March of 2023, and they're currently developing a larger Terran R, which is also heavily reliant on 3D printing. So that company has done that. Orbex, a UK company, is also using large-scale 3D printing to produce their rocket engines.
To produce the engines themselves?
The engines for Orbex. Now, Relativity does their engines and their actual rockets themselves, using about 95% of it is 3D printed.
So a 3D printed rocket has been sent.
Say that again. I didn't hear you.
So it has been sent. Like they did send.
Yeah, they've launched one in March of 2023.
There you go.
How'd it do?
I guess I just keep forgetting that
How did it do?
They're
Tell
not
me.
just toys.
Hang on, I'm looking it up.
How did this technology, this game changer, how did this do? And it was 2023, right? That's well, by my count 3 years ago. Is it possible like you should have maybe more success stories than one? I don't know. I'm just
Here's a
fucking
video that
retard
was
here.
made
I don't
in
know.
January.
What do I know?
Here's I'll link a video that was made in January 20th of 2024, talking about 3D the 3D printed rockets that they make.
Again, being like pretty aware of all of this stuff, I just find it like I find it a little funny that you're selling this to me. I don't know.
It's not giving me the right link. Hold on. I did a link through Google and not YouTube. There you go.
Like, I certainly don't want to come across like a failure who's like, you know, you couldn't get your fucking shit right, so like you're calling the whole space program fake. You know,
Well, rocketry's
I would love to
difficult.
avoid that. I mean, there's really no reason for me to, you know, just face plant into that.
It's one of the
wall.
most dangerous occupations to be in is in rocketry, and the most dangerous one is the president of the United States. If you add up the number of presidents that have died in office,
What?
yeah, it's the most dangerous job on earth.
That doesn't sound right.
Going by percentages here, CoCo.
Yes.
How many presidents have been assassinated or attempted assassinations on? I can think of like.
Let's see if you can name them all. Go ahead, give it a shot.
I can't name
Give it a
them
couple
all,
shots.
but I would say that there's at least 5 or 6 of them.
Let's see who can name them all.
There's
only done
Chester A.
4.
Arthur. Chester A. Arthur, right? Is one.
Nope. You're thinking of James
No?
Garfield, same time period.
James Garfield, yeah, that's
Chester
right.
Arthur,
James
I did a book
Garfield.
report on him in 4th grade, so I know that was
James
fucking wrong.
Garfield,
You're disqualified
Pumpkin.
from the thing. Next person, give it a shot.
William McKinley.
McKinley, that's the one
Roosevelt.
everybody fucking
Yep.
forgets. Everybody forgets McKinley. You get 10 mind.
Of course, Lincoln and Kennedy were the other two.
I don't even know who the other one is. I don't even know who that person you just mentioned is.
Roosevelt died in office.
Kennedy, I know
He
that
wasn't
one.
assassinated.
No,
Both
but he
McKinley
died
and
in office.
Garfield, I believe, died of their wounds as a result of bad doctoring too. Their doctors killed them probably faster than the bullets
Got the
did.
flu.
I think Garfield was supposed to should have survived it if he hadn't been, in modern times.
I don't need no medicine. Give me the leeches.
The leeches
It's
crave their
obviously
nectar.
early psyop.
It's probably an anti-vaxxer that was taking care of him.
Yeah, we can.
Did we already mention Lincoln?
I was
Yeah,
just
right.
going to ask that, Danny.
Lincoln, Garfield, Kennedy, and McKinley and Kennedy, that in that order. People who survived assassination attempts were Andrew Jackson, Theodore Roosevelt,
Reagan,
Franklin Roosevelt, Harry S. Truman, Gerald Ford twice, and Ronald Reagan once. Donald Trump supposedly twice also.
Why is Danny's server muted? I don't. Why is that?
Danny
So-
said William Henry Harrison.
you say Trump supposedly?
Twice. Supposedly twice. I know he was shot once. Or shot at. I don't know about this other attempt. Supposedly in the golf course, somebody made an attempt on his life. And, that's fine.
Well, they never shot him. They found him before he could shoot, I think.
Joe Rogan show.
Right. That's an attempt, though. That's still an attempt if he was there. I don't dispute any of that. I mean, if you're going to see it on TV, why would they lie about it? Of course, that's always everybody's question.
May I divert?
Well, there's
for
no
just 1
advantage in
second?
lying. So,
What was your question?
I just want to interject for 1 second that I did put I did post in live stream chat This says as early as 2017, they put a 3D printed rocket engine into space.
Yep. Yeah, 3D printing technology has just been incredible. It's one of the computer technologies that I acknowledge as, the forefront of our advances as a human race. I mean, if you think about the Gutenberg press way back, in what was it, the 1500s or 1600s when it was invented, changed the whole architecture of when, having books used to be available only for the elites and the priests, and then after that, the press came out and everybody got newspapers. Everybody was able to get access to books and so forth.
Yep. Fuck, man.
I'm proud to say I played 5 games of 5-on-5 basketball today, full court, and scored 7 points.
What's your position?
At the age of 68. They were mixing me up from forward to center.
That's impressive. In 5 games, you scored 7 points?
Yeah.
Undersized center?
These are games to 13 and 15, depending on, because the last 2 games we shortened them up because the gym was closing up.
Oh, you're probably not going chest to chest with everybody though, right? That would.
What?
You're not playing like NBA basketball. I don't know what.
No. Well, I mean,
real basketball.
I usually play in Compton's 24-hour fitness, and we get some pretty good ballers, but not NBA style ballers.
Dang it! I was about to say you're a real baller now. You ruined my joke. Dang it.
Thank you very much. The team
do you have the sweet stroke from the outside? What are you like?
No, I'm more post them up, turn around jumpers and hook shots. Good old Kareem Abdul-Jabbar style.
You like you go with the backboard?
Yeah, well, it depends on if I'm doing the hook shot from the center, it's
you go
right into the basket. Huh? But if I'm to one side or the other, I'll bank it in.
Do you use some dream shake on them or what?
Some what?
A little Hakeem Olajuwon dream shake shit.
No, I very traditional. What you call it? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar kind of
That's
movement.
Cool. Awesome.
My dad did that hook shot on me, and now I do that hook shot on everybody else.
Isn't that nice? It's in fact, if you fake right before you go left to do your hook shot, I assume you're right-handed. It'll really blow them away because they think you're going to be turning to the basket, and suddenly you're the other way and bouncing it off the rim.
That and a turnaround fadeaway, like from the corner keys.
And
yeah, Larry Bird. I like to call it out too. I'll tell the guy guarding me, I'm going to do a turnaround jumper on you as soon as he throws the ball in, and boom, I do it.
Do you get offended when they put white people on you to guard you because only black people can really qualify to guard you? That's
no, but it's mostly black people guarding me anyway.
There was a study, a Canadian group of scientists put cameras on shooters' eyes and found that when they had a good look, steady look, their last look, it increased, and they were trained to increase their focus on their last look to where exactly they wanted the ball to go, increase their accuracy.